Hey guys, welcome back. This is Snazzy, you all-time favorite. Today we are gonna see what if Goku Uncontrollable Saiyan powers awaken. So let's move on to the video. Kai stood there with the sword hovering above the man below her. She couldn't believe what she was doing. She couldn't believe what had happened. Goku, her husband for nearly a decade, lied on the ground unconscious. If she slammed the sword down, it will pierce his heart. Around her were Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha and even Yajirobe lying on the ground deeply wounded and are unconscious. Kai held the sword above her husband, wondering what to do. Should she kill him or not? What are you waiting for, woman? Vegeta croaked as he held a hand on his injured right arm. He was badly beaten. His body was so weak, he couldn't stand up. He was on his knees. Bruises and cuts covered his face and body, his clothes in tatters, but he was the only one other than Kai conscious. Kill him, no. Before he wakes up and destroys us all. Kai cried. I can see. He is my husband. I love him. Woman, if he loved you, if he was your husband, would he have done this? Would he have done what he did to you? No. The man you knew as Goku is dead, and if I weren't so injured, I'd kill him myself. So, I am ordering you to kill him now. Kai looked down at the man. He looked as innocent as he always looked when he slept. Vegeta's words of kill him. Do it before he kills us. Kept ringing in her head. Maybe if I said something earlier, things wouldn't have gotten so out of hand. Maybe if I opened up more, this wouldn't have happened. I guess it all started when Goku came back from Yardrat. He was so happy and cheerful, unlike the man that was lying before me, but even then I suspected something was wrong. Kai took the roast out of the oven. It was done along with the beef stew. Kai sighed restlessly as she thought about Goku. He was gone for over a year now and he still hasn't returned from wherever he was. He had defeated Frieza, so what was taking him so long to come home? Was it her? Was he scared of her? The last time she saw him was in the hospital where he snuck out on her to go to Namek. She was so angry with him for leaving, but then she became worried with him and Gohan after learning about Frieza, and all she wanted to do was get Gohan and maybe help them out. I would have gotten myself killed along with Krillin, and what good would that have done? Kai glanced out the window and her heart skipped a beat. She moved closer to make sure she wasn't seeing things, and she wasn't. Goku was standing outside with Gohan and Piccolo, looking around at the home he had not seen in a long time. Kai rushed out of the kitchen and slammed the front door open. Goku turned around and smiled. Hey Kai. Goku! Kai screamed and ran out the house, laughing and crying at the same time. Goku held his arms up for her. Kai jumped into his arms. Goku, you're finally back. Goku hugged Kai. Yeah, I'm back. He then picked Kai up and spun her around, laughing along with her before he settled her back on her feet and scooped her back in his arms for a kiss. The kiss was a sign something wasn't right. Oh, I enjoyed it. It reminded me of the kisses he would give me when we were alone, before the whole Saiyan ordeal. I felt his hands all over me. Another reminder of the old times, but when I felt his hand caressing my rear end, I knew this wasn't right. I enjoyed the feelings the action stirred in me, but I felt we were exposing too much to our son, which Goku knew I was vehemently against, and I had forgotten Piccolo was there. I put Goku's hand around my waist, but he moved it again to my bottom. At the time, I thought Goku missed me as much as I missed him, so I let the matter drop. Kai pulled back in need of air. Oh sweetheart, I've missed you so much. I've missed you too, Kai. He hugged her close to him again. I don't ever want to let you go. Then how will I finish dinner? Kai asked jokingly. Goku laughed and released Kai. He told Gohan to go inside so they could eat and told Piccolo he will see him later. After dinner, Goku took a shower and changed out of his Yardrat clothes and into a pair of pants, undershirt and shoes. He and Kai got into an argument. Actually, Kai did the yelling, not wanting Gohan to train with Goku and Piccolo for the androids. After accidentally getting knocked through the wall of the house and tree, Kai had a change of heart and allowed Gohan to train. With the matter settled, the family sat on the sofa telling Goku what had happened the past year he was gone. Goku explained what he was doing on Yard Rat and told Kai about the instant transmission technique he learned. Goku and Kai put Gohan to bed and then headed to their own bedroom. Goku watched as Kai had trouble getting in dress since one of her arms was in a sling. This isn't he going to work? Kai looked at Goku confused. What isn't he? I'll be back, Goku said and vanished with his new technique. He appeared a minute later with a bean in his hands. He gave it to Kai. A senzu bean, she said. I wish you thought of it sooner, she said before putting it in her mouth. Not a moment too soon, she was healed. Thank you. She unwrapped the bandages on her arm and head. As Goku watched Kai and dressed, he began to realize that it's been a while since they've been engaged in certain activities. He grabbed Kai suddenly and kissed her hard. The kiss caught Kai off guard, but then she kissed back. His hands were all over her and Goku began tugging at her clothes, working at a frenzy pace to get it off. Suddenly, a loud tearing sound was heard in the room. Kai pulled back and saw her dress was ripped asymmetrically from her shoulder to her waist. Goku! Kai yelled. Did you really have to rip my dress like that? Kami, I'm gonna have to sew this, and she was cut off when her husband kissed her again. He was forceful again and Kai used her strength to pull back from him. Goku, I know it has been a long time, but please take it slow. Goku's expression softened. I am sorry. It is just that it has been a while since I've been with you. Kai smiled. I know how you are feeling, but let us not get too excited. Look how you ripped my dress. That could be been my arm. Goku caressed the side of her face and softly spoke. Kai, you know I'd never hurt you. Just like today when I was slammed out of my house and head first into a tree, Kai said, walking from him and sitting down on the bed. Just like when you left for Namek behind my back, and then when we tried to wish you back, you told us you didn't want to come home. Did you realize how hurt I was when you did that? Goku sat beside her. Today was an accident. You know that. I know you understand that I had to leave for Namek. If I didn't, Gohan and Krillin wouldn't be here now. As for Yardrat, I had to learn this technique. It will benefit us in our fights. It will help us against the androids. He moved closer and started kissing her neck. You do understand that, right? Yes, Kai whispered. She leaned into Goku's kisses. He was slowly awakening the desire in her. She was starting to realize just how long it has been since she was last intimate with her husband too. Let us not argue tonight. It has been so long. Please? Goku pulled the straps of her slip down and kissed the newly exposed skin. Kai didn't want to argue that night either. She turned so her whole body was facing him and smiled. Okay. Kai lied in bed the next morning wondering what came over her husband. He was very animalistic, wild last night. She put the blame on the year apart and the fact that the last time they were intimate was before the Saiyans. She enjoyed herself. There was nothing to complain about. It is just that he was never so possessive or dominant. Whenever she tried to please him, he would push her back and let her know he was in control. Even then I should be suspected something wasn't right. Goku was never like that, but once again I blamed it on the time apart. Last night was the first time he wanted me to call him Kakarot, his Saiyan name. He never liked that name. He told me so when he was in the hospital. He didn't want to be a Saiyan or acknowledge anything from his heritage, but whatever happened from when he left to go to Namek and came back home, he must have accepted the Saiyan name, and he loved it when I called him that. Kai looked at the clock and knew it was time for her to get up. She didn't want to. She was exhausted, but her family needed to eat and it was up to her to cook for them. Kai tried to get out of bed but Kakarot locked a tight hold on her. You're not going anywhere, woman. Kai rolled over angry. Goku, where did you get that barbaric attitude from? Who are you to call me woman? You're a woman, Kakarot said sharply. I am, but I am your wife and you always call me Kai. Not woman like some Neanderthal. There have been times when you have called me honey, hon, and occasionally babe but never woman. Kakarot rolled his eyes. Alright. I want to call you woman. He pulled her close to him. But never forget that you are mine, Kakarot said and nibbled Kai's neck. Kai laughed at him. You certainly are in a playful mood. Seriously, Goku, let me go. I have to fix breakfast for you and Gohan. Besides, don't you have to get started on your training today for the androids? Kakarot pulled his mouth from Kai's neck and looked at her in the face, as if thinking about something. You're right. I must prepare for the androids. I won't let a robot or some stupid virus kill me. I am a Saiyan. I am stronger and tougher than that. I must train. I know, Kai said regretfully. It is gonna be lonely without you or Gohan in the house much. With you concentrating on your training, we will have to push aside having more children. You know I wanted a big family. Goku's expression softened and he looked at Kai sympathetically. I know. We'll get all that done once the androids are defeated. Give me 3 more years, Kai. Kai sighed, giving in. Alright. I have to go take a shower and get breakfast started so you can train. Kakarot grabbed Kai's wrist. No, let the boy train with the Namek for now. He probably haven't done any training in this time of peace. He needs to catch up if he wants to handle me and my new power. Goku, Kai said surprised. That boy is our son, Gohan. What is wrong with you? You never talked like this before. Kai touched his face concerned. What happened to you in space? It is like it changed you. If there was any change done, it was for the better. It is for the worst if you ask me, Kai said, pulling out of his hold and getting out of bed. She put on her gown and robe. I thought you should train now, but I think you should wait a few days before you train so you can get more settled being back on Earth and calm that swelling ego of yours. Kai closed the door on him as she left their room. She decided to take a shower after breakfast. She felt she had to get away for a little bit so Goku could think. Kai hummed to herself as she took out many kitchen utensils as she got breakfast started. She had forgotten about Goku's strange behavior once she got the pancake mix, eggs and milk out and started mixing them together in her large mixing bowl. Maybe he was hungry, Kai thought. After breakfast, Goku should feel a lot more like himself. That was when she felt a pair of hands on her rear end and a mouth on her neck, suckling gently. Kai's breath caught in her throat. Goku? Kakarot asked. What are you doing? He chuckled wickedly. I think you're smart enough to know what I am doing. Goku, I have to get breakfast started. Ma'am, I want you for breakfast, he said, wrapping his arms around her. Unaware of any of this, Gohan hopped down the stairs ready for his training for the androids. Morning, everyone. Ready for training, Daddy? Oh. He stopped seeing his parents locked into an intimate embrace. Gohan didn't know what his parents were doing or why his father was touching his mother like he was. Whatever the reason he was doing it, he was causing his mother to moan and move closer to his dad. Gohan never heard that sound come from his mother before. Aware they weren't alone, Kakarot pulled his lips from Kai's neck and glared at Gohan. What are you doing here, Pa? At the mention of Gohan, Kai pulled away from Goku, her face red in embarrassment. Gohan jumped. His father never directed that much anger to him since he had turned into a Super Saiyan and ordered him to leave the planet Namek. I thought we had to train. You go and train with Piccolo today. I'll join you tomorrow. You need to warm up for my training because it will be vigorous, Kakarot ordered. "Oh, okay," Gohan said and quickly scampered out of the house. From the look on his father's face, his father looked as if he could kill him. Kakarot watched as Gohan left and turned his attention to Kai. "It is just us now. Goku, what is wrong with you?" Kai asked, surprised at her husband's attitude to their son. "Nothing is wrong with me. Why do you keep saying that? I don't want to train today. I want to be with you. I've been away from you for too long. Can't you understand that?" "I do, but your behavior," Kai said, still not believing how her husband had just acted with their son. "It is not like you. You never called me woman. You never called Gohan bo. I am fine. I just want to be with you now," Kakarot said and kissed her again. He pulled back and opened her robe. "Now where were we?" "Goku, what about breakfast?" Kai asked. "I told you," Kakarot said as he removed her robe. "I am having you for breakfast." I suspected something was wrong with Goku, but I thought he was badly influenced on what happened in space and needed a few days to settle down, or maybe I was just as aroused as he was and didn't care at the moment. Why didn't I see something was happening? Maybe I didn't want to see it, but somewhere deep inside me, I knew and I should be said something, but it was too late when I realized things were getting out of hand. I didn't know then, but this was the beginning, the end of it all. Goku laid on his back with his hands behind his head, thinking. It was early in the morning, just after sunrise. He liked this time of the day, early in the morning where everyone was asleep. At this time and at night when everyone slept, he would think. His wife, Kai slept beside him, unaware of the troubles in his mind. Their son, Gohan, was in dreamland. After spending the past month training, Goku told Piccolo that they were taking the next few days off from training. Having been away from his family in a long time, Goku wanted to take more time off to spend with them in these 3 years before the androids. When he was on Yardrat, he had time to think, to let it all settle in, and realized how much he missed his family. When he was on King Kai's planet, King Kai told Goku about the Saiyans, something he discovered he was. Goku didn't like the people known as Saiyans, warriors who plundered planets with their strength, either by sending adults to planets with strong inhabitants or children to planets with weak people, like the way he was. Goku realized that if he hadn't suffered that head injury as a child, he would have been a ruthless killer. He would have killed the people whom he called his friends. He would have killed his future wife and thus his son. Goku didn't want to think about it. He liked to think about happy things, but he knew he couldn't avoid it forever. He was, after all, a Saiyan who no longer denied his heritage when he was training with King Kai, but accepted it when he was fighting Frieza. He had to. It was the only way to defeat Frieza. He recalled Vegeta talking to him from his grave, urging him to dig deep into his soul, search for his suppressed Saiyan pride, and become the legendary Super Saiyan that was in him. Unaware of how to become a Super Saiyan, Goku continued to fight Frieza and used his spirit bomb as a last attempt to defeat the tyrant. It was a powerful blow, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't until his best friend Krillin was killed by Frieza that he finally snapped and became the legendary warrior. Seeing his best friend die triggered something in Goku that he never knew he had. Hate. Pure hatred for someone. Goku never despised anyone like he did with Frieza. He wanted him dead. He wanted to murder Frieza for what he did, but he was also calm about it. He wanted Frieza to pay for what he did to his best friend. And that is when it happened. He felt some unknown power rising in him. He welcomed the new feeling and it exploded inside him like a powerful rage. He felt unknown strength and speed, and his hair kept flickering from black to yellow until the power consumed him completely and that he became a Super Saiyan. He never felt such power in his life. It was amazing but also dangerous. If not controlled properly, he would destroy everything in his path. He remembered how angry he was with Gohan, telling him to leave, but his son didn't want to leave him. He was going to ruthlessly kill Frieza the way he did Krillin, but Goku didn't. While fighting Frieza, he was fighting a battle inside him, keeping control of himself. If he subjected to Frieza's way of killing, he would be lost himself forever and could never return to the man he was. That was also part of the reason he stayed away on Yardrat for a year, not only to heal from his wounds, but to also control his Super Saiyan powers and the new dark rage inside him. Goku heard Kai mumbled beside him. He looked over and saw Kai awakened. Kai opened her eyes and saw Goku frowning. What's wrong? I am thinking. About what? Who I am? Kai frowned in confusion. What do you mean? Me being a Saiyan? I didn't want to accept it when I first learned who I was, but I had to accept who I was to defeat Frieza. When I fought Frieza, I was getting pounded from him until I dropped a spirit bomb on him. I thought I had defeated him, but Frieza resurfaced, hurt Piccolo and killed Krillin. Something inside me snapped, Kai. I felt so much rage and hatred for him. I never had that feeling before. All I wanted to do was kill him mercilessly for what he had done. I wanted him to pay and I didn't care how it was done. That's when it happened. That's when I became a Super Saiyan and with that power, I defeated Frieza. I no longer felt shame or hate for the people I came from. Now I am curious about the people I never knew, the people I come from. Those people were nothing but cold-hearted warriors who took the thrill of killing people. Just look at Vegeta, Kai said. Vegeta has changed. How? Kai asked. He is not as evil anymore. He helped Gohan and Krillin on Namek. He bought enough time fighting Frieza for me to heal from my injuries after fighting Captain Ginyu. Kai sighed. Fine, but he was mainly looking out for himself, I bet. I am glad that you're not like him. I could have been if I hadn't got hit in the head as a child. We're fortunate for a lot of things like Gohan never seeing the moon and turning into a giant monkey. Kai looked guilty. Goku, I have to tell you something. I suspected something about Gohan, especially after you told me that story about not looking at the moon because your grandfather told you not to. I wondered if you looked at the moon and accidentally killed your grandfather. I wasn't going to take a chance because Gohan had a tail and you didn't anymore, so I made sure we all went to bed early. Why didn't you tell me? Goku asked. I didn't want to hurt you with the knowledge that you might have killed your grandfather. Goku nodded. He understood her reason, but he didn't like it. Yeah, but I still like to know about my heritage. How are you going to do that? I am going to talk to Vegeta. He knows all about the Saiyans, Goku explains. Goku looked as if he really wanted this and Kai knew she couldn't keep him from this knowledge. It was his heritage. This isn't how I wanted you to spend your day off from training, but go ahead. Goku flew to Capsule Corporation. After breakfast, Mrs. Briefs showed him to the back of the large home where Vegeta trained in the capsule ship. Goku opened the door to the ship and causally walked in. It had to have been 300 times gravity and Vegeta was struggling under it to do one-hand push-ups. Hey Vegeta! Vegeta collapsed to the floor in pain and struggled to sit up. Goku walked over to turn the machine off. Vegeta was grateful but he never told Goku that. What do you want, Kakarot? I am in the middle of training. We all have to take a break sometime. Gohan and Iron Piccolo is off on a training session by himself. So, it is not like I care. Goku laughed. I guess not. I came here to ask you something. What? Could you tell me about the Saiyans? Vegeta looked surprised Goku asked that. He didn't seem interested in knowing about his race because of the type of people they were, and aside from fighting, Goku was the complete opposite. Why? Goku looked serious at Vegeta. I think it's time I know. I had to accept who I was, be proud of my race to be a Super Saiyan. I was sent from planet Vegeta as a child and I never knew about the people I came from. I never knew my father, mother, their culture. I just want to know what kind of people I came from. Vegeta stood and walked out of the training room of the ship. Goku, curious, followed him to the kitchen where Vegeta pulled out a large bottled water and consumed it. He sat in a chair thinking. Saiyans were a proud race of warriors. We were the best fighters in the universe. We feared no one. We didn't have to. Other races feared us because of our strength. Goku pulled out a chair and sat in it. So, every Saiyan was born with a lot of strength. Yes, but it varies. Saiyans are born with a high level of power. That's why we never had to train because we were already very strong. No other race could match our power and fighting abilities. Some generations are stronger than others. My father was very strong and everyone expected me to be stronger than him and I was. Look at your son, I imagine he is stronger than you when you were his age. Goku nodded. You're right about that. Gohan is farther than I ever was. I wonder if Kai Kai and I had another kid, would he be stronger than Gohan, and then we had another kid, he'll be stronger than everyone else. Wow. Imagine all that power from my kids. Amazing. Vegeta rolled his eyes. The world universe doesn't need any more of your offspring. Goku shrugged, ignoring Vegeta's comment. Well, what else about our culture do you know? Our customs. It is rather long, Kakarot, Vegeta said. I don't mind. Tell me everything. Kai Kai scowled angrily as she finished the last of the dishes. Goku had been gone all day. She thought he would be gone for a few hours and they and Gohan would spend the rest of the day together. With the androids coming in 3 years and Goku's constant training, the family had little time together. She heard the door opening and knew Goku had finally returned. She sent him an angry glare and turned her back on him. I see you decided to come home. I am sorry, Kai Kai, but I had a lot of questions. You were gone all day, Kai Kai complained. Vegeta had a lot of things to tell me and I had a lot of questions. You understand, don't you? Goku asked, taking a seat at the table. Kai Kai sighed, giving in. She put the last dish in rack, dried her hands off her apron and sat beside him at the table. I guess you did have a lot to talk about. You were always curious about everything. Was Vegeta able to answer all your questions? Goku took Kai Kai's hand and pulled her from her seat and on his lap. Kai Kai was surprised by his action and she hoped Gohan would stay in his room. Yeah, and what? Goku asked, confused. How do you feel about your heritage? Kai Kai asked. I don't like some of my people ways or what they did. They were ruthless people, very proud of who they are, but I've accepted that. I don't particularly care about the Saiyans. I know you're not like them, and no matter what I love you for who you are. The Saiyans aren't that bad. I am a Saiyan, Goku said simply. You're an exception, Kai Kai said and felt Goku pulling the ribbon out of her hair to let it down. Why don't you leave your hair down more, Kai Kai? Kakarot asked. It gets in the way, Kai Kai answered. I want you to leave it down from now on, Kakarot kindly ordered. I like it much better this way. He maneuvered Kai Kai so that she was straddling him, a wicked look on his face. Kai Kai saw Kakarot unbuttoning her blouse. Goku, Gohan is here. He is upstairs studying but he could come down at any moment. Kakarot, he said as he pulled the blouse from her skirt. Oh, Kai Kai said confused. Call me Kakarot, Kakarot said. But that is your Saiyan name, Kai Kai said. So, I am a Saiyan, he said irritated with her response. I know that, but why do you want me to call you that now? You hate that name, Kai Kai said confused by her husband's actions. I don't hate it anymore. A wicked smile curved his face. Come on, say it. Kakarot, Kai Kai said as if it was no big deal. Kakarot smiled. It is beautiful coming from your lips. He captured her mouth again in another kiss. Kai Kai wondered where this aggressiveness came from. It was just like the night he came back a month ago. Kai Kai pressed her hands on his chest to push Goku off. She tore her lips from his, out of breath. Goku, don't you want dinner? She tried to rebutton her shirt as Kakarot kissed her neck, but he pulled her hands away. Stop, Goku. Gohan could come in here. He pulled away looking irritated. You really think the child will come? Fine, he huffed and picked Kai up, carrying her to their bedroom. He laid Kai on the bed gently, pulling off her shoes and kicking his own off. He laid on top of her possessively and began kissing her neck and moving his hands to remove her blouse and bra. I want another child, Kai. That surprised Kai. She looked up at him confused. Goku, we agreed to wait until after the androids when the world is peaceful again from any threat to have more children. You said you didn't want to expose another child to violence anymore like Gohan. Kakarot pulled off his shirt. I did, but I did some thinking. The androids are going to attack in 3 years. If we get started now, our child should be 2 at the time and he will be staying at home with you while I fight. He won't know a battle is taking place. Besides, didn't you say you wanted a big family? I did, Kai admitted. So, why should we waste time? Who knows? By the time the androids attack, we could have 2 more kids with you pregnant with another. How about having twins? Kakarot suggested. Goku, Kai said, trying to push Kakarot off her, but he wouldn't let her. Please, give me some space here. I don't want to be popping out babies every year. I want the children to be a few years apart. Do you know how painful it is to give birth? So, you're a strong woman, the strongest in the world. The perfect woman to give me strong Saiyan babies. Kai blinked. What? No more talking, Kakarot said and kissed her again. Kai pushed his lips off hers and looked at Kakarot questioningly. No. What do you mean Saiyan babies? I am a Saiyan and our children will have my Saiyan blood, so they are Saiyan babies. He smiled persuasively at her and kissed her softly. Do you really want to wait 3 more years to have another kid? He made a gentle trail to her neck, kissing her softly, stroking her gently. Gohan is growing up. He is not a little kid anymore. He pulled back to look at her softly. It'd be great to have another baby running around here. Another child would be nice, Kai said and felt Kakarot kissing her neck again. She closed her eyes, feeling herself give in to her husband's persuasions. Kakarot looked at her in the eyes. Kai couldn't tell if his eyes were wicked or not. Very nice, he said and kissed her roughly this time. With his passion and her own passion increasing, Kai gave in to Kakarot's advances. I wanted to say no for tonight, but the feelings Goku was provoking in me and the fact that Goku can be quite persuasive when he really wanted something made me change my mind. He was acting strange about having more children and I thought things would get better. Maybe another child would make things better. Goku had learned about his heritage and was fine with it. He seemed to have been moving on and a child would do that. If only I had known what he was really planning, maybe I could have stopped it before things got worse. After that night time with Goku, I were given the sensation that having another baby with Goku now didn't seem right, now not when he became like this. His behavior modifications from light to darkish so regularly that I suspected something was wrong and that I did not need to elevate a child in that surroundings. After that night time collectively, Goku went education with Gohan and Piccolo. I left the house as properly to a hospital to get birth manage pills. I knew I would be betraying my husband and his needs to have greater kids now, however something interior me told me I need to do that. During the last couple of weeks, I observed a change in Goku. He became cheerful and absent-minded as regular, but he was additionally critical and short-tempered, and I sometimes were given the sensation that the man I used to be speaking to and made love to wasn't my husband. There was a selected incident I consider whilst Goku came home with Gohan after spending the day education. Howdy, Kai, Kakarot said grumpily. He glared at Gohan who came within the house limping. Kai changed into glazing honey at the ham for dinner when they came in. She became to greet them and noticed Gohan battered. Gohan! Kai cried, walking to her son. What befell to you? Kai looked at her husband. What came about to our son? He didn't bounce speedy sufficient, Kakarot stated. Oh, Kai stated careworn. I threw a key blast at Gohan and he didn't leap brief sufficient to avoid it, Kakarot defined. You threw it too hard, Gohan stated. You stated you failed to want me to be soft on you because you are my son and while I am not, you complained I am too tough. You're a half Saiyan. You're stronger than I was when I was your age. You must be harder than this. Kakarot argued. Goku. Kai snapped. This is sufficient. Gohan is only an infant. How can you be so difficult on him? This is now not like you. You're being too tender on him, too, Kakarot said, glaring at Kai. He ought to be preventing as opposed to reading. Kai could not agree with her husband, argued along with her. He in no way did that. This wasn't like her husband at all. He usually allowed her do the yelling and he would try and appease her. Goku, what has gotten into you? I think this education is getting to you. We've 3 years to prepare. There may be plenty of time for Gohan to get more potent. You've got only been at it for 3 months now. Kai looked down at Gohan. Come on, sweetie, Kai stated, choosing Gohan up. Allow me get a hot bathtub commenced for you and let me patch up your wounds. The two left the room. Kai made Gohan a tub, patched his wounds and left Gohan to play in his bath at the same time as she returned into the kitchen to have a communicate along with her husband. Kai become amazed once again. Goku become fixing his own plates. Goku never did that. He usually allowed Kai do it. Something simply wasn't right. Seeing he didn't have whatever to drink, Kai fixed a pitcher of ice water and located it earlier than him, even as taking a seat subsequent to him. What is incorrect? You by no means acted this manner before. I need Gohan to prevail, Kai. It is all. Those androids are going to kill everybody, however and I might not be right here to fight. What do you imply? We've the antidote to the virus, Kai said. Yes, but if I am capable of combat, the androids nevertheless may kill me. Gohan have to be more potent than every person. Kai started to recognize him, but his conduct became nonetheless way off. Listen, you and Gohan were training 2 months without a ruin. The weekend is close too. How about you two loosen up this weekend around the residence, or maybe we are able to cross camping. We have to be training. We need to get more potent, Kakarot growled as he crammed extra food in his mouth. I recognize, however, you already know that if you supply your frame a danger to rest, it'll be extra productive when you teach once more, Kai advised. Kakarot stopped consuming and looked at his food for a second. His difficult facial expression modified right into a smooth smile. He looked at her, smiling that reminded Kai of Goku. Hey, let us cross camping this weekend. Camping was first rate. It turned into like antique instances before the Saiyans ever got here and turned our lives the other way up. We walked down a nice path that we walked with Gohan whilst he turned into an infant, talked, played collectively and fish. As we sat across the campfire one night time, I advised Gohan a story like I used to when he turned into more youthful earlier than sending him to mattress in his tent. As Gohan slept, Goku and that I sat outside by means of the river looking at the stars. It is so non-violent out right here. I love the us of a. You can see the million stars within the sky. If only we had a moon out right here, Kai said. Then there might be a giant monkey rampaging the entirety, Goku explained. Kai laughed. Oh, it truly is proper. Forget about I said that. Due to the fact Gohan and that I don't have a tail, so we don't ought to fear about that. If I had my tail, I might be lots more potent. Perhaps, but you would not be capable of see the superb moon. You would be a massive monkey killing absolutely everyone and destroying the whole thing, Kai said. Goku stood up and held his hand out to Kai. Permit us take a stroll. It is quiet here, so Gohan may be secure. Kai took her hand in Goku's and he helped her up. They walked similarly by using the river a ways from the campsite. I guess if I had my tail and I became a giant monkey, I ought to weigh down the ones androids with my toes. He laughed wickedly. However, preventing without my tail could be a assignment. I will be capable of beat them. Goku, don't get too conceited for your preventing. You realize higher than that, Kai said. You understand how I fight, Kai, Kakarot said. I have to suppose I can win. There may be not anything wrong approximately being confident to win. Of path no longer, Goku, but the manner you are talking nicely you sound too assured. You believe you studied you could do something. I will, Kakarot stated. I am a Saiyan. Kai rolled her eyes at his nonsense. So, you are no longer pregnant but? Kakarot asked slowly. Kai snapped to interest. Her husband didn't recognize approximately the contraception tablets she turned into taking, and there has been no manner Kai turned into going to inform him. No, she meekly spoke. It has simplest been some weeks. Kakarot pulled off his garments before Kai. Kai stood there pressured at her husband's moves. He stepped in the water and appeared back at Kai. Come on, kitten dress. Kai regarded around to peer if her husband was speaking to her. Me? Kakarot laughed. Who else might I be speaking to? There is no person round. Come on, do it. Kai became hesitant but complied with his request. She stepped nude in the water with him. She felt a blush upward thrust on her cheeks as she realized they have been both naked inside the water collectively on a warm, calm night. Kakarot positioned a finger on her chin and tilted her head upwards so he may want to look at her face. Perhaps we must strive it again. I started out to wonder about my Goku. I questioned if the talk with Vegeta weeks ago scrambled his mind. No, that couldn't be proper. Regardless of Vegeta said, Goku wouldn't get inspired by using him. Still, I felt I ought to have a speak with him. The next week when Goku and Gohan went again to schooling with Piccolo, I made a ride to Tablet Corporation. Bulma changed into surprised to see Kai at the door. The female never came to Capsule Corporation. Except she became searching out her husband and son whom she idea have been schooling. Hello, Kai. Are you searching out Goku and Gohan due to the fact they may be now not right here? I recognize that. I desired to speak to Vegeta, Kai said. Bulma raised a suspicious eyebrow. Why? It worries my husband, Kai said, hoping that could be enough. Is something wrong with Goku? Bulma requested. No, I just want to speak to Vegeta. Might also I see him. He is no longer gonna wanna communicate to you, Bulma stated matter-of-factly. Kai changed into getting annoyed at Bulma's questions and her refusal to allow her see Vegeta. Why would not Bulma allow her see Vegeta? I will hazard it. Bulma seemed as if she become thinking and rolled her eyes. Excellent. She led Kai outside around the return where Vegeta became education in the gravity room within the capsule spaceship. We are running on a gravity room internal my domestic so Vegeta would not be training out right here, Bulma explained. She opened the door. Cross beforehand, however he might not want to speak to you. I didn't understand what Bulma's trouble was with me seeing Vegeta, however afterward, I soon discovered up. Kai stood in the doorway of the gravity. Vegeta felt the door open behind him. He grew to become round seeing Kai. He knew he saw her from some place, however he couldn't region it. Didn't he see her while drive? Brief came and took him and dynamics to his domestic. Wasn't she at the Pill Corporation? Dome after they used dynamic Dragon Balls to revive Krillin and discovered Goku was alive. Vegeta wasn't sure. He wasn't taking note of the female. Who are you and what are you doing here? Kai hung on the threshold of the door, trying to stand within the gravity within the room. It was extremely heavy even from the brink, and it was taking all of the will in her to no longer fall flat on the floor, but Vegeta changed into dealing with it with ease.
so long as she neglected the acute sweat on his frame and the stress on his face.
I am Sun Kai, Goku's wife. Vegeta looked at her as if evident this time. I don't you forget no. You read that loudmouth female screaming for Gohan after that lady's father landed his aircraft to choose us and the Nameks up wouldn't have been transported to Earth. Me want to you please flip that machine off? Kai asked. It is attending to me. I want to talk to you about my husband. Vegeta huffed and became the gravity machine off. Kai stepped in the deliver and Vegeta closed the door. For a few reasons, he felt Goku's spouse failed to need to have this verbal exchange with Bulma searching on Nasuli. He grabbed a towel and dried himself off. What do you need to speak to me about Kakarot for? I want to know what you told him when he came to see you. Why? Vegeta asked questioningly. He is my husband. I need to know. Vegeta raised a suspicious eyebrow. Kakarot seems like the goof who would tell his wife the whole lot. So, you have to already understand what I informed him. What is honestly taking place? Why are you here? Vegeta turned into a sharp one. Alright, Kai stated. My husband has been acting surprisingly. You imply extra than ordinary. Vegeta joked. Kai scowled at him. No. Goku has been a touch enthusiastic about being a Saiyan lately. He even wants me to name him by means of his Saiyan call occasionally. Ul probable corrupted him via telling him approximately his people. Corrupt? Kakarot? Vegeta had to snicker at that. What if he does want you to name him by way of his Saiyan call? He is a Saiyan. It is about time he started taking pride in his history. There is more to it than that, Kai stated, rather anxious to retain. Sometimes he is now not glad. He is very extreme at times. Goku is usually a glad person, however lately he has now not been that way. He even became too difficult on Gohan along with his training. My terrible little boy become battered up badly and limping. So, that brat probable needs area, Vegeta stated. Gohan isn't he always a brat? Kai argued. He is a terrific boy. Goku has in no way been difficult on Gohan. He has never disciplined him. He shall we go and do whatever he wishes. He never hurt Gohan in schooling. Have you ever stopped to assume that Kakarot is hard on Gohan because of what the androids plan to do in 3 years? Consistent with the kid from the Destiny, every person are going to be wiped out, however I will continue to exist. Kakarot is making your son tougher in instruction for them. If your son gets harmed now, he'll be more potent and a higher fighter to avoid his father's attack later on. Do you understand now? Vegeta barked. In a way, it made sense, and in a manner it did not. Regardless of how sturdy Goku become, he wouldn't hurt Gohan like that. Of direction they in no way trained collectively before, however I knew my Goku would not hurt his son like that. I remembered too while Goku educated me after we married. He changed into in no way hard on me. Of root instances have been non-violent then. You might be proper, Kai admitted. Of root I am right, Vegeta stated arrogantly. Now go away. I have training to do. Perhaps I used to be overreacting. The overprotective mother taking over internal of me. I knew I was going to be late going domestic, so I picked up a few items from the store so Goku might ask where I was. I made the lengthy walk domestic and swore I needed to get Goku to get his driver's license so he could take me to the shop. Kai opened the door to her domestic while sporting huge grocery bags that blinded her imaginative and prescient. She was glad Goku and Gohan weren't home, but Kai started to put the groceries up while Goku entered the residence, wearing a completely battered and overwhelmed Gohan inside the house. He had bruises and cuts on his hands and a black eye. Gohan! Kai cried, going for walks to her son. She took him out of Goku's arms. She checked out her husband. What passed off to him? He failed to duck, Kakarot said definitely. What? I am trying to make him a tremendous Saiyan. If he will become a splendid Saiyan now, he is going to be even stronger in 3 years, Kakarot explained. He is handiest 7 years old. He is best a baby. He wishes to learn by hook or by crook, Kakarot stated without a doubt. This time Piccolo entered the house and spoke up. Maybe, Goku, however you are being too rough on Gohan. Like his mother stated, he is just a toddler. Kakarot glared at Piccolo. Gohan is my son and I know what he can and can't do and that I say he can and may be a extremely good Saiyan. Kai laid Gohan on the couch and approached Kakarot. Goku, what has gotten into you? What are you talking about, lady? He twisted up. Woman. Goku, you know higher than that. We had this discussion before. You name me Kai. You're still a woman and compared to me a weak human, Kakarot spat. Susceptible. Kai hated being known as that. Kai grabbed Kakarot with the aid of one of his arms and threw him out the open door. How is that for vulnerable? You stay accessible till you act your ordinary self again. Then something took place that I do by no means forget. Kakarot growled as he stood up. No woman throws me. Now not even my own wife. I gasped as I noticed my husband approached me with first-rate speed. I couldn't trust it. Goku, my husband, the gentlest man or woman I ever knew, became going to assault me, his wife. I've yelled at Goku a lot in our marriage and Goku never yelled or argued, returned. I knew he turned into the most powerful guy alive and could damage a planet along with his fingers, but I used to be never afraid of him or his electricity. For the primary time in my lifestyles as I noticed him approached me with such anger and electricity, I used to be. Fortunately for Kai, Piccolo were given earlier than her and punched Kakarot, knocking him to the ground. What is the matter with you, Goku? You're going to attack your own spouse? A surprising change overcame Kakarot as he reverted lower back to his mild self. He seemed up at Piccolo with confusion and disbelief and then his eyes fell to Kai. He saw the fear in her eyes and wondered how he may want to do this type of thing. Goku, Kai said carefully as she moved beside Piccolo and slowly approached Goku. What is wrong? Kai, he stated weakly, pleadingly, and Kai became on her knees too at his side. She embraced him and he clutched on her tightly as though he turned into going to lose her. Kai soothed him through rubbing his hair and speaking to him softly. It is all right. It is all right. She saved announcing time and again. Inform me what is incorrect. Kai rested her chin on top of his head and checked out Piccolo worriedly. He returned the priority look to Kai. I am high quality, Goku said quietly. I am first rate. I did not agree with it and neither did Piccolo. We each knew something changed into wrong with Goku. It truly is when I noticed Goku was shaking in my arms. I desired to help my husband, however I failed to understand how. He became an ape. Something changed into critically wrong with Goku and by using each day he became getting worse. I held Goku in my arms for 20 minutes before we went inside. Goku was very quiet. He didn't say a word. When his eyes fell on Gohan, he was horrified at how Gohan looked. He dropped to his knees in front of our son and apologized. Gohan cringed and looked at me worried. I took it upon myself to take Gohan out of the room and in the bathroom where I fixed his wounds and fixed him a hot bath. Dinner was eaten in silence. Goku slowly ate his food, which was definitely odd, while Gohan quickly ate his. He asked if he could be excused to do some studying before he went to bed. I knew Gohan was still nervous being near his father and wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, so I let him. He said goodnight to me and mumbled it to his father before leaving for his room. I thought with our son gone for the night I could finally talk to Goku. Kai finished washing dishes while Goku just sat at the dinner table, not uttering a word. Usually any silence between Goku and Kai were comfortable, but now it was just jittery. Kai dried her hands, finished with the task of washing dishes. She turned to look at Goku. How was she going to approach them? Kai Kai removed her apron, hung it up and rested her hands on Goku's shoulder. He jumped as if in intense concentration. He looked up at Kai Kai. Ready to go to bed or are you going to stay down here? Kai Kai asked. What do you want? Goku asked, not sure if he should go with Kai Kai. I want to sleep with my husband by my side. Are you sure? Goku asked. I wasn't too sure myself, but I didn't want Goku to think that. I wanted him to see me being comfortable with him, so he'll tell me what is going on with him so I could help. Yes, Kai Kai said and helped Goku out of the table. He was reluctant to touch her, but Kai Kai took her hand in his. They walked to Goen's bedroom. Kai Kai opened the door slightly to see Goen at his desk studying. She closed the door and the two made their way to their bedroom. Kai Kai changed into her nightgown while Goku quickly pulled off his clothes and got in bed. He had his back to Kai Kai. Kai Kai climbed in after him. Are you ready to tell me what happened to you today? You never lost your temper around Goen or me. For a moment, there was nothing but silence. Then Goku rolled over and looked at Kai Kai with pleading eyes. Kai Kai, I am sorry with what I did. I don't know what came over me. You know I would never hit you or Goen. I know that, Goku, but you did. What is the matter? I know you're hiding something from me. Please, tell me. I want to help. Kai Kai, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I was angry and then I saw your face, how scared you looked and I snapped out of it. I don't know what happened. He looked at her with worried eyes. Goku. Goku just hugged Kai Kai close to him suddenly. I don't want to lose you. You want tea. Kai Kai told him gently. You want tea. Why would you think that? Because of how I acted today. I saw how scared you were of me. You've never been scared of me. You shouldn't. I would never hurt you. Kai Kai just held Goku as she gently stroked the muscles on his back. I know that, Goku. I know. Goku and Goen took a break from training. Goen had to because I wasn't going to send him out still bruised as he was. He had to stay home for at least a week. He was half Saiyan but he was also half human and my child. It took some time, but Goku was able to talk to Goen and got him to forgive Goku for attacking him in training the way he did and hurting him. When Goku and Goen finally went back to training, I had to go to my doctor to get more birth control pills. I wish I had went yesterday morning like I planned, but I called T because Goku wanted to stay in for the morning and train that afternoon. So, I had to reschedule it for the next day. I don't know if what happened days after I left the clinic was a blessing in disguise or not because I had suffered a lot, but it brought things out in the open faster than I had expected. Kai Kai hi. Kai Kai stopped, inwardly groaning as she recognized the voice. Of all the people to run into at a time like this. Kai Kai forced a smile and turned around. Hello, Bulma. Bulma parked her car near the sidewalk and got up. I saw you coming out of the clinic and almost didn't recognize you. What are you doing here? I just had to pick a prescription, Kai Kai explains. A prescription? Who is sick? Bulma asks. No one. It is for myself. What is it? Bulma asked curiously. It is something for myself. If you would excuse me, I have to get home. Coming through. A teenager yelled as he flew by on his skateboard, bumping into both women causing them to fall down. Kai Kai's bag fell out of her hand and near Bulma. Bulma picked it up and looked inside. She looked at Kai Kai surprised. Birth control pills. Kai Kai took the pills from Bulma. I have to go home and fix dinner. Kai Kai waits. Bulma said and got in front of her. So, you're on the pill. What is the big deal about that? Nothing. I find it personal and I don't need to tell anyone what goes on in my private life, Kai Kai said. Now if you will excuse me, I have to get home. After another vigorous day of training, Kai Kai had warmed up a bath for Goen. The boy played in it happily as Kai gathered his clothes and put them in the hamper. Mom, Toan said suddenly. I think something is wrong with Daddy. Kai looked at him with an impassive expression. She didn't want to alert her son to her own feelings. What do you mean? When he is fighting, he is so tough and angry. Daddy used to smile a lot when we started training, but now he doesn't do that anymore. Maybe your father is concentrating hard on these androids. They will be tough opponents. I don't think that is it, Mom. I think something is wrong with him. When he gets that look, it is scary. What look? Kai asked curiously. When Dad first transformed into a Super Saiyan, he was madder than I have ever seen. It was like something snapped in him. He even got mad at me, yelling at me to leave the planet. I knew he had to do it so I can leave, but there was something else about it, Mom. There was a dark look in his eyes. It likes he wants to kill and would take great pleasure in it. I never seen it before and it scared me. I am seeing it now that we are training, especially when he spars with Piccolo. Kai knew this wasn't good. Gohan was noticing something wrong and she didn't want Gohan to worry or think anything was wrong with his father. Just relax, sweetie. Your father is not thinking about hurting anyone but the androids. Enjoy your bath. She patted Gohan on the head and left the room. Kai was startled to see Kakarot standing outside the door. So he thinks something is wrong with me, does he? Kakarot snarled. He is going to be a lot more scared of me when I am through with him. No, Kai said, suddenly stopping Kakarot from entering the bathroom. Gohan is taking a bath and he is tired from training. He'll understand later that you don't mean to be tough but that you're prepping him for the androids. Kai put a hand on his arms, trying to think of anything to keep Kakarot from going in the room. Look at you. This training has made you tense. Come on. Let me give you a massage. You like those, remember? Kakarot smirked. I do. Let us go. Kai sat beside Kakarot as she massaged the muscles on his shoulder and back gently. How is that? Wonderful, he moaned. Soon, you'll be as good as new. We don't want Vegeta getting stronger than you, Kai teased. Kakarot laughed arrogantly. As if Prince Vegeta could catch up with my strength. Kai stopped rubbing his shoulders. Prince Vegeta. Goku never called Vegeta that. What did you say? I said Prince Vegeta can catch up with me. Since when do you call Vegeta Prince Vegeta? Kai asked. I think I should. I am stronger than him but he is the prince of all Saiyans. He is, Kai admitted. If all the past events didn't tell me something was wrong with my husband, then I knew now something was. No way would Goku use formalities. He always called anyone he knew by their names and I knew he would never call Vegeta Prince Vegeta. Something was wrong and I didn't know what to do. There was only one person I could turn to that might know what is wrong with my husband and help him, and that was Vegeta. What now? Vegeta asked, annoyed when he saw Kai standing at the gravity door. I know you said that Goku's behavior isn't strange because he is preparing for the androids, but he is not acting normal. Something is seriously wrong with my husband. Vegeta turned the machine off and Kai walked in. Vegeta closed the door again when he saw Bulma looking on curiously. What are you babbling about now? Goku hurt Gohan again. It was worse this time. Gohan had a black eye. He almost went after me. If it wasn't for Piccolo, I could be in crutches right now, and he even addressed you as Prince Vegeta. If you don't think something is wrong, then something is wrong with you. Kai shouted. Vegeta was surprised. Goku striking his wife. Goku calling him Prince Vegeta. Kai was right. Something was wrong with Goku. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps. I know I am, Kai argued. Vegeta rolled his eyes. Whatever. How else is Kakarot acting strange? Like I said before, there are times he wants me to call him Kakarot. I still call him Goku most of the time, but lately, I think he is getting annoyed by that. His moods shift from light to dark and sometimes I don't think it is Goku I am talking to. Has Kakarot ever been like this? No, never. Vegeta frowned as he thought. When did you notice Kakarot's odd behavior? It had to have been when he came back from Yardrat. After his battle with Frieza, after he became a Super Saiyan, Vegeta noted. Gohan told me he was scared of his father when he transformed into a Super Saiyan. What do you mean? When Goku transformed, Gohan said it was like a metamorphosis. He was so angry that it scared him. He never saw his father so angry. Gohan said after Krillin was killed by Frieza it was like Goku snapped and he started transforming. That was the first time Goku raised his voice at Gohan. Maybe it was too much for him, Vegeta thought aloud. What are you talking about? Kai asked. Transforming into a Super Saiyan. It might be been too much for Kakarot. When Baldy was killed and Kakarot snapped as you say, it might have triggered something he thought he had forgotten. Forgotten what? His Dark Saiyan side. Kai blinked. Darker Saiyan side. Kakarot isn't he an ordinary Saiyan? No true Saiyan is cheerful, happy and positive as him and fight for good. That hit on the head as a child scrambled his programming and he lost the dark, evil true Saiyan he was. When he became a Super Saiyan, the darker side of Kakarot was revived. Kai swallowed hard taking it in. That can't be, she said but knew it was true. Vegeta glared at her. You know it is true. But I don't want Kakarot. I want my sweet Goku. There must be some way to get him back. There is a way, but you can't do it. Why can't I? I can do it. Just tell me, Kai demanded. I must get Goku back. Tell me, who is more in control, Goku or Kakarot? Who do you see more? Kai thought for a moment. At first it was Goku but more and more Kakarot is up. It just happens, you know. One moment, I am talking to Goku and another moment I am talking to Kakarot. The day he almost attacked me and Piccolo punched him out, he suddenly snapped out of it and was Goku again. There is a war inside Kakarot's minds. He is struggling with his evil and good counterparts and so far the evil counterpart is winning. Still his good side is fighting. If you and Kakarot share a true bond then there is a slim chance you could reach him. A true bond. Goku and I have that. We have true love. Vegeta rolled his eyes. You and every couple on this ridiculous planet thinks they do. The bond is very powerful. It is the strongest connection a couple can feel for one another, whether it is telepathy or knowing one need the other. Many Saiyans in the past thought they had this and had to be tested. Very few succeeded. When it was performed and didn't work, one of the mates died or went insane. It showed they didn't have true love. How is this test performed? Kai asked. I must know. I know I could reach Goku this way. Didn't you hear what I said? You can't do it. I can. Kai argued. Goku and I have true love. You must show me how to perform this test. It is the only way I can get my husband back, Kai pleaded with Vegeta. Vegeta sighed. Foolish human. Fine. I'll show you. Thank you, Vegeta, but I have to ask. Why are you helping me? At first you wanted me to go away, you were rude to my son, tried to kill my husband, so why are you helping me? Kakarot, Gohan and I are the last of the Saiyan race. It'll be foolish to kill what was left of a very powerful race, and if one needs help, then I should help the last of my race, Vegeta explains. Now let me show you this technique so you can get out of my face. Bulma drove her car to Goku and Kai's house. When she didn't find anyone there, she drove around until she saw Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo resting by the river. Hey Bulma. Goku said cheerfully as Bulma hopped out of the car and walked towards them. What are you doing here? I came to say hi. Everyone is so busy. I really came to ask you a question, Goku. What? Goku asked innocently. Why is Kai coming to Capsule Corporation? To talk to Vegeta. Bulma asked. What? Goku said surprised. Bulma noticed the different tone in his voice. You didn't know? Of course I didn't know. I've been training. How long has this been happening? Kakarot asked angrily, now taking over. There was that one time a few weeks ago and today. I meant to ask her why and what she was talking to Vegeta for when she left the clinic to get birth control pills, but I never. Birth control pills? Kakarot questioned angrily. Bulma was surprised again at his tone of voice. Yeah. Didn't you know? I assumed you did. No, I didn't. I have to go home, Kakarot said and took off, leaving Bulma baffled. Where did my dad go? Gohan asked Bulma as he approached her. He said something about going home. He is to talk to Kai Kai, Bulma said. I wonder what that was all about. Kai Kai entered the house with a bag of groceries, thinking to herself what she should cook for dinner. To her surprise, she found her husband at home. He was lying on the sofa. Goku, what are you doing home early? Did you and Gohan finish your training? Kakarot, he snapped as he rose from the sofa and approached her looking angry. My name is Kakarot and just where were you? Kai Kai was startled at his rise in anger. What could be happened to have that gotten him angry with her? I went shopping. Before that, he yelled. What are you talking about, Goku? Kai Kai asked. Kakarot. My name is Kakarot and you will call me that from now on and not Goku. I don't want to be called Goku anymore. Kai Kai swallowed hard, taking a step back from him. What is wrong with you? You're scaring me. Kakarot grabbed Kai Kai's left arm. What were you doing with Vegeta today and the first time you saw him while I was training? Were you sleeping with him? Oh, go away. She screamed as his grip tightened on her wrists. Kakarot, what are you talking about? I haven't been sleeping with Vegeta and I never will. I don't want to. Why are you thinking that? She winced in pain. Please, let go. You're hurting me. But he didn't let go. Why did you see Vegeta? I needed to talk to him about you. Your behavior isn't normal, she Kakarot. I thought he could help me find out what is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with me. I am fine. And just so you know, in case you were thinking about sleeping with Vegeta, you can forget it. Yes, Bulma S. He and Bulma will have a child. The kid that told me about the androids and the virus, that was Bulma and Vegeta's child. So if you're rethinking about sleeping with him, you can forget it. That was when I discovered why Bulma was questioning me talking to Vegeta. Was she actually jealous that I was talking to Vegeta and he allowed me in the gravity room when he was ignoring her? I felt sick to my stomach thinking Bulma thought that, but I knew it was true. I don't want Vegeta, Kai Kai said, still trying to get out of Kakarot's grasp. Then why did you buy birth control pills? Kakarot roared. Kai Kai's eyes widened in horror. How did he know? Why? Kakarot yelled at her and grabbed hold of the other arm, nearly shaking her. You better tell me, he threatened. I only did it because I think something is wrong with you, Kakarot. Your personalities keep switching from light to dark and I don't want to bring a child in that environment. Please, let me go. You're not well. If you were my husband, Goku, you wouldn't do this. Goku would never do this to me. I am not Goku. My name is Kakarot. Kakarot. There is nothing wrong with me. I am fine. How could you betray me like this, Kai Kai? I am your husband. You're my wife. You should obey me. I trusted you and you betray me by taking birth control pills when you know I wanted children. I don't know what your purpose is for having kids, but it can be good. We can have children when you're like this. Kai Kai yelled, trying to knock some sense in him. It didn't work on Kakarot. Where are these pills? He asked angrily. In our bathroom. Kakarot released Kai Kai's right hand and pulled her along, nearly dragging her to their bathroom. Kakarot slammed the door open and finally released her. Get it? Kai Kai felt she had no choice. If she didn't get it, who knows what Kakarot would do to her. She was no longer talking to Goku but a complete stranger who was the opposite of her husband and more dangerous. She went into the medicine cabinet in the back to get out. Goku never went in there, so she never feared him discovering it, but she still didn't know how he found out. Kakarot snatched it out of Kai Kai's hands, tossed the pills in the toilet and flushed it. How long are these in effect? Until I stop using them. When was the last time you used it? Today, Kai Kai answered and saw Kakarot's face contorted in anger. She didn't see Goku anywhere in the eyes, only Kakarot. She gasped as he grasped her suddenly. Stop it. What are you doing? So it will wear off later today or tomorrow. In that case, I have to make sure I get you pregnant before I leave to train again. I can't trust you. He dragged her off to their bedroom. What do you plan on doing? Let me go. Kakarot, you must get help. This isn't you. Kai Kai shouted, trying to get out of Kakarot's death grip grasp. What does it look like I am going to do? I am going to make sure you don't betray me again. I am going to get a child out of you. Kakarot pulled Kai Kai towards him and kissed her roughly. Kai Kai tried pushing him off, but he continued to be more forceful, pulling on her clothes, tearing it, moving them closer to the bed. This worried Kai Kai. I don't know what you are planning, but I want you to stop it, Kai Kai said, trying to break free. Kakarot chuckled wickedly as he tightened his hold on her. I am going to make you pregnant, and this time I am going to make sure you are pregnant. What do you mean? Kai Kai asked, worried. Don't you get it? I am going to make love to you night and day until I know for sure you are pregnant, and you're going to enjoy every minute of it. He kissed her softly this time, but his hold on her didn't lessen. He kept pushing her back until they were on the bed with Kakarot on top of her, his kisses growing more hot and passionate. No, Kai Kai trying to push Kakarot off her. I don't want this. I want Goku. Goku, please come back to me. Kakarot growled, looking at her. There is no Goku, only Kakarot. Looking into his eyes, I only did see Kakarot, and his hands and mouth were all over me. I even felt my body responding to him. I didn't want this. I didn't want to bring a child in the world with my husband like this. Not when I am like this, but this time I couldn't stop him. I knew then that Kakarot had completely taken over. Whatever battle was going on between Goku and Kakarot, it was over. Kakarot won, and I felt Goku was lost to me forever. I lied in mattress, absolutely exhausted. Kakarot turned into throughout me and wouldn't allow me relaxation. He changed into decided to get me pregnant. I attempted to withstand him, however Kakarot knew just wherein to touch and the way to touch to get me to respond to him. I feel disgusted at myself for giving in to his advances, at how my body wanted him just as my thoughts. In an unusual manner, I must be thankful. It can be been worse. He could be killed me, but he knew he wanted me. He may want to be beaten me physically, but he didn't.
Another element I used to be thankful for turned into afternoon, most effective hours before going again home, so he knew he could not be throughout me for hours on seas like he desired. However, nonetheless he wore me up.
Gohan entered the house after his schooling with Piccolo. While his dad took off, Gohan flew after him to find out where he became going. His father advised him to continue schooling and that he'll take the relaxation of the afternoon off. He did as he was informed, and whilst he again domestic through sunset, he noticed his father out of doors cooking a big fish over a fireplace. Hey Dad, you're cooking dinner? Gohan requested, surprised. Your mom is too worn out to do it, Kakarot spoke back. Oh, that didn't sound right to Gohan. Your mom turned into slumbering in bed after I closing saw her. Go wake her up and spot if she desires something to eat, Kakarot said. Okay. Gohan said and entered the house, going to his dad and mom room. For some cause, he become worried about her. Irrespective of what, his mother always controlled to get the cooking achieved. He entered his mother and father bedroom and determined his mom asleep wrapped in the bed sheets. Her hair protected most of her returned and her face. He noticed her garments, most of it torn at the ground. What took place in right here? Gohan lightly poked his mom. Mother! Kai slowly awakened. She seemed worn out as she pushed the hair lower back from her face. Gohan, are you alright? Did Dad hurt you? Kai regarded round to discover Kakarot wasn't there. Where is he? He is outdoor cooking fish for dinner. You did not answer my query. Did Dad harm you? Kai pressured a smile. I am high quality, Gohan. But why are you in bed? It is almost dinner time. You usually cook dinner. I am worn out, so your father is cooking dinner, Kai said. She did not want him to discern out what his father did to her. I am sorry I did not come home, Mom. Dad said he turned into taking the break day. I didn't know he would hurt you, Gohan said guiltily. Kai smiled. John TB. It is not your fault. Kai looked round for a second. Get me a pad and pen. Gohan regarded across the room and saw one on the cloth cabinet. He gave it to his mother. Kai began writing something down. How was education? It was high quality. Is that going to enroll in us day after today? Gohan asked, wondering what his mom turned into writing. I don't know. You may need to ask him. He possibly may not. As soon as she turned into finished, she folded it and wrote the name Vegeta on it. She passed it to Gohan and whispered to him. Use probably education without your father the next day, so I want you to visit Capsule Corporation. First aspect in the morning and supply this to Vegeta. Can't I do it now? Gohan whispered again. No, your father would be suspicious. Wait until tomorrow. What is going on with Dad? Gohan whispered back. There is no motive to hide it from you, but, Gohan, he is gotten loads worse. Simply deliver that observe to Vegeta. He will apprehend. He is going to recognize what to do. Gohan whispered, stated, and tucked the notice in his pocket. In the ordinary tone he asked. Dad desired to know in case you desired dinner. Yeah, I'll take a few dinner. I am gonna need the strength. For what? Gohan asked. Do not worry, approximately it, Gohan. I'll be pleasant, Kai forced a grin. Now cross before your father gets suspicious. Alright, Gohan said and left the room. He opened the note his mom had for Vegeta and studied it. Oh, Kai. What is inaccurate with Dad? Gohan hid the observe in his room and went to inform his dad his mother would need dinner. Gohan provided to bring it to her, but Kakarot advised him he could do it. Kakarot brought Kai her dinner on a plate. She sat up in mattress, the sheets nevertheless wrapped round her, and she or he didn't appearance him in the attention. He located her food before her and sat in bed beside her. Don't you need to devour? Kai requested as she ate dinner. I already ate it. Except, you need your strength extra than I do, he stated, pushing her hair far from her neck and kissing the bare pores and skin there. I want to head all night, so you want to muster up as tons electricity as you could get. Kai stiffened at his touch. Kakarot, I am eating. So, I am just having a little snack and warming you up for later, Kakarot stated, planting kisses alongside her shoulder and down her lower back. Are not you going education with Gohan tomorrow? Kai asked. You're now not pregnant, so you realize the answer is no, he said as he persevered to his kiss her. Finish eating so I am able to ravish you. Kai persevered to consume slowly. Kakarot turned into patient with her though, and he laved her lower back with his kisses, transferring with one side to the opposite. While she turned into finished ingesting, Kakarot took the plate from her and left the room. Kai knew what awaited her when he came again. A protracted night of intercourse. The afternoon of it changed into tiring for her, and now she needed to address an entire night of it. She turned into wiped out, and he wasn't too hard together with her. There were not any bruises on her. The door opened and Kakarot entered with a smirk. He locked the door behind him, were given in bed beside Kai and pulled her sheet and fastened so it fell to her waists. You do not need to be wearing that now, he said huskily and planted kisses on her neck. With the aid of cooperating, it won't be as awful as you believe you studied. He looked at her with wicked eyes. You loved yourself these days and also you understand it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have screamed like you probably did when you came. He gently laid Kai down and covered her frame together with his. I really like the way you ribbed and moaned for me these days, too. Kai looked away. Simply get it over with. Kakarot turned face to his. Don't be that way. He kissed her. I will make you respond. I want you to respond. I need you to beg for me and I am able to make you. He located his hand on her proper breast and lightly squeezed it. He stroked it softly and watched Kai as she attempted to fight the emotions enveloping in her. Kakarot laughed. See, I told you, however I am able to do better than that. Cohen became up first that morning. As he slept, he heard noises coming from his figure's bedroom. He heard his mom making extraordinary noises even as his father laughed and stated something he failed to understand. He desired to move in, however knew his father turned into some distance more potent than him and not anything but here in his mind if he had entered. So, he waited in silence and promised to test on his mother in the morning. Gohan put the letter he had for Vegeta in his pocket and knocked on his parents' bedroom door. After a fifth knock, Kakarot opened the door. What? He asked annoyed. I desired to understand if you had been going schooling with me this morning. Gohan asked. Observe how I am dressed. Do you observe I am going? He requested irritably. Gohan looked Kakarot over who became wearing boxers. Cannot you simply take a shower and position the education G on? Gohan flinched as he saw his father nerve-wracking and vein popped on his head. Cross on without me. Kakarot appeared back at Kai who became still sound asleep. Your mother is tired and I am going to attend to her. Oh well, can I see mother? Gohan requested. Kakarot raised a pressured eyebrow. Why? I want to mention desirable morning to her before I am going, Gohan explained. She is dressing, Kakarot stated. Kai slowly woke up hearing voices. She noticed Kakarot at the door. He appeared to be speaking to someone. Kakarot, who is it? Gohan, Kakarot spoke back irritated. Gohan pushed through the door and his father and went straight to his mom. I wanted to say desirable morning. Excellent morning, sweetie, Kai smiled. There were few circles under her eyes. His mother regarded worn out and tired. Did she get any sleep final night? Are you all proper? Gohan asked. You appearance so tired. I am great. Past train. Gohan knew anything their dad and mom were engaged in closing night. His mom did not get much sleep. She did not have any physical bruises that he may want to see. All he ought to see changed into that his mom was worn out. Past teach with Piccolo, Kai stated again. This snapped Gohan out of his mind. He gave his mom a kiss on the cheek and left the room. Whilst he ran out of the residence, he took to the sky, no longer to meet Piccolo however to speak to Vegeta at Tablet Corporation. Vegeta became around irritated to look Gohan touch down in front of him as he turned into approximately to enter the tablet ship to train. Oh, incredible. Cannot I be alone without one in every of you human beings displaying up to break my education? It is my mother, Gohan stated doing away with the letter his mother gave him and handing it to Vegeta. I don't know what took place, however that has gotten worse. He might not let mother out of the bedroom. I saw her this morning and the previous day and here she looked worn out. Vegeta opened letter and studied it. Vegeta, it has gotten worse. Whatever war Goku and Kakarot had been combating in the thoughts is over now. Kakarot has won. He would not agree with me anymore. He knows I have been betraying him by not permitting myself to get pregnant and now he will prevent I'd not anything to get me pregnant despite the fact that it way preserving me in our bedroom nighttime and day. You told me to return to you if he gotten worse. Properly, I can do something but ship Gohan. Help me get my husband returned. Vegeta folded up the letter. Kakarot, you genuinely have long past nuts. You're surely going to recreate the Saiyan race. He looked at Gohan, who became looking concerned. What is wrong with my dad? That guy in your private home, isn't he always your father? The darkish aspect of your father has taken over, Vegeta defined. Dark aspects. You simplest realize your father is suitable and type-hearted. While he fought with Frieza, the warfare introduced out his darkish Saiyan side, his evil counterpart, the man who he became assumed to be. If we all need to live, we must take him out now, Vegeta explains. Ha! Beat him up, kill him if we ought to. Something it takes to stop him. I'll get the Namek and confront Kakarot whilst you get his friends. We're going to want each person to take him down. Even I cannot beat him by myself, considering that he is the amazing Saiyan and I am no longer But I do not need my daddy to die, Gohan stated. Oh. He picked up Gohan and positioned the collar of his blouse. That man isn't your father. Get that viaduct to your head and get his pals. He threw Gohan on the floor and took off into the sky. Gohan watched him for a second and flew off as nicely. Vegeta found Piccolo now not too far from the Sun household education viaduct himself. He stopped whilst he felt Vegeta escape. What do you need? Piccolo asked, irritated. Vegeta folded his fingers, aggravated. In addition to, he explained what was occurring. Yeah. I noticed a trade in Goku's conduct, but I failed to suppose it become his darkish Saiyan facet popping out. If what you are saying is actual, then Goku, Kakarot, whoever he calls himself, ought to be stopped. The remaining component we want is any other baby like Kakarot out. For as soon as Namek, I believe you, Vegeta said. Hermit is cross. After slumbering with Kai once more that morning, as soon as Gohan left, Kakarot went to take a bath while Kai lied in bed. I am hoping Gohan were given to Vegeta. I cannot get pregnant. I cannot let Kakarot create an army of Saiyan babies. Kami is aware of what he is going to do if it takes place. Kai got away from bed and put on her white robe. She yawned and stretched her tired body as she stood up. I want a few coffee or a shower to wake me up. Wherein are you going? Kakarot asked as he stepped out of the bedroom. Kai faced Kakarot, fully dressed after his bathe. I am going to get a few coffee and then take a shower. You have a problem with that? I would not have a trouble with you at all if you did not betray me, Kakarot said. Kakarot, Kai sighed. Leave me on my own. The remaining time I did, you betrayed me. He grabbed her unexpectedly. I advised you. I am not leaving this house till you are pregnant. A depraved smile graced his face. You can inform me you're no longer enjoying yourself, not with the sounds you made ultimate nighttime or how your body ribbed for me. Kai closed her eyes, shutting the photo out at her behavior. Forestall it. Why? You want it, he whispered in her ear earlier, then tugging on it lightly along with his mouth. One in every of his palms dipped in her Kai's gown to caress and contact her frame. Just considering how you desired me the day gone by makes me want to take you once more. He picked her up and laid her on the mattress. As he kissed her, one in all his hands moved up her thigh and the alternative pushed her robe around her waist. Kai tried to face up to the emotions he was growing in her, however, like regularly before, it was hopeless. As Kakarot worked to put off the gown, he heard a noisy knocking on the door. He overlooked it and persisted to kiss Kai, burying his face in her neck. Kakarot, the door, Kai attempted to say. I do not care who is on the door, Kakarot said, and the pounding grew louder because the sound of the door became burst opened. Kakarot rose off Kai aggravated. I'll kill who is at that door. When Kakarot entered the front of the house, he noticed Vegeta's status in the doorway leading out of his house. Prince Vegeta, what are you doing right here? Vegeta turned into greatly surprised. Kakarot, known as me Prince Vegeta. He surely is not himself. A better query is probably what is going on your thoughts. What are you talking about? Kakarot requested. I recognize you are now not Goku as you recalled Viaduct to your friends and own family, however Kakarot, the proper Saiyan you had been intended to be.
Beneath everyday instances, I would be involved in it, however, because you're reforcing yourself for your wife, violently beating your toddler in training and trying to restart the Saiyan race, your Prince of all Saiyans, will no longer permit it.
But I will permit you to name me Prince Vegeta, he introduced with a smirk. What I do you, my wife and son, is none of your business. Kakarot argued. You are no longer yourself, Piccolo said. Kakarot looked over Vegeta and noticed the tall Namek. Oh, so you're going to try and stop me too. I am a top-notch Saiyan, the primary one in 1000 years. You watched which you a trifling Namek and a lowly prince can stop me. Lowly prince, Vegeta growled. I am the Prince of Saiyans. You display recognize in your prince. How about this for recognize? Kakarot stated and punched Vegeta, knocking him out Piccolo out the doorway into his domestic. Kakarot stepped out and cracked his knuckles. Wanna take on a brilliant Saiyan? Hearing the commotion underneath, Kai placed on a few garments and stepped out to discover what was taking place. She noticed Piccolo and Vegeta in a preventing stance, prepared to strike Kakarot. The two attacked, throwing punches and kicks at Kakarot, who without difficulty dodged by transferring his head and ducking. Do not hurt him, Kai cried. Vegeta jumped again and glared at Kai. Girl, are you mad? He needs to be stopped. He is my husband, Kai cried. Vegeta commenced to say something, however he turned into hit with one of Kakarot's fists and dispatched flying, returned and crashing to the ground. I am more potent than you. Perhaps I must be called the Prince of Saiyans due to the fact I am the strongest. He kicked Vegeta in the face as he struggled to rise. It is time that allows you to bow to the actual Prince of all Saiyans. What? Vegeta snapped as he rose. You may pressure yourself to your wife, beat your baby, however I will now not permit you to call yourself Prince of Saiyans whilst that name is rightfully mine. Kakarot scoffed. Something. Why must I bow down to someone vulnerable and underneath me? What became that? Vegeta roared angrily. Kakarot smirked. He knew Vegeta by no means preferred it whilst someone insulted his pride. It is it. You have insulted the honor of your prince. Vegeta growled as his electricity stage rose. And nobody receives away with that. Vegeta flew in for the attack, and after throwing many punches and kicks, Vegeta got a very good stable punch inside the face on Kakarot. Kakarot landed on the floor difficult. He without delay rose. Nicely, well. After so many nugatory attacks, you sooner or later were given a success on me. I am galvanized. Of course, in my extraordinary Saiyan form, you aren't any match for me. Kakarot screamed in rage as he raised his power stage. The earth under everybody began to shake. Kai held on to her residence to maintain stability. Something became taking place to Kakarot and Kai wasn't certain what, and then it hit her. Kakarot was converting into a first-rate Saiyan. She had by no means visible and converted before. Kakarot's hair stood on its ends, flickering from black to blonde. His eyes modified from black to teal. After a loud cry of anger, Kai lost the sensation in her legs and collapsed to the floor in shock within the transformation earlier than her. 1 second he had black hair and black eyes, and the subsequent he had blonde hair and teal eyes. No wonder Gohan became scared. Right at this time, Gohan, Krillin, Yamcha and even Yajirobe in his air vehicle confirmed up. Of route, Yajirobe become there to deliver Senzu beans. Tien and Kyotsu have been 2 ways for Gohan to attain. He knew he needed to be speedy in getting his pals to his home, knowing a huge conflict turned into going to happening. It is already commenced, Gohan stated and flew to his mom. Mother, are you all proper? I am first class, Gohan, however your father I know. Mother, we gonna should forestall him. Kai nodded. I realize. Simply do not kill him. Krillin landed just as Yamcha did, and Yajirobe, staying as some distance away as he should in his air car, landed and stepped out. Goku, man, you do look exceptional. Kakarot laughed because the others landed. So, all of you are going to fight me together. I constantly wanted a venture. Let us start with the weakest. Kakarot used immediate transmission to appear behind Yajirobe and smacked him, sending him into a tree and knocking him subconscious. Kakarot then glared on the others. Who is next? I do not know what is incorrect with you, Goku, however you have to be stopped. Krillin spread his hands across his face. Sun flare. A blinding mild crammed the region, blinding Kakarot. Krillin took this time to attack his first-rate pal. He failed to want to, however, with what Gohan informed him. Krillin knew something changed into wrong together with his first-rate buddy, and he had to be stopped. I can see. Kakarot cried in anger as he rubbed his palms over his eyes, looking to get his imaginative and prescient returned. Krillin attacked Kakarot with his strongest punches. He pulled again as Kakarot fell down and appeared to the others, who seemed to be recuperating from the sun flare assault a lot faster than Kakarot. Now is the time to attack with the whole lot we were given. We ought to hurt my dad. It is the best way. Gohan yelled. Masenko ha! Gohan yelled and the assault became a direct hit on Kakarot. Vegeta and Yamcha joined in, throwing ki blasts of their very own. Piccolo placed palms to his forehead, making ready himself for his special beam cannon. Special beam ha! He changed into inside the air, however he should experience the heavy vibrations of the floor shifting. Anyone on the floor struggled to keep their stability as Kakarot roar of anger spark off an earthquake. Unexpectedly, there was energy blast of electricity escaping Kakarot's body. Kakarot stood indignant at absolutely everyone. You want to escape with the cheap trick once more, Baldy? Kakarot yelled. He approached Krillin with such extremely good velocity that Krillin didn't recognize he turned into hit by Kakarot till he collapsed to the floor, clutching to his chest in pain. Kakarot stood behind Krillin and slapped his bald head with a smack of his hand, sending Krillin head first to the floor, writhing in pain. Kakarot fell to the floor in wonder after he attacked Krillin as Yamcha kicked him inside the again of his head. Kakarot rose, rubbing his head. I'll display you no mercy as properly. Yamcha folded his fingers in education for the Kamehameha wave. Kakarot just laughed at Yamcha's display. Kamehameha. Kakarot stood as wave approached him. Kakarot held each hands up, catching the effective wave. Yamcha pushed on the use of all his power to soak up Kakarot with the wave. Kakarot changed into pushed return, but then he spoke back with the aid of forcing the Kamehameha wave returned on Yamcha. Yamcha didn't have sufficient time to move as he changed into hit along with his personal assault. Yamcha screamed in ache as the wave absorbed him, tearing his clothes, burning his skin. Tired and weakened with the aid of his personal attack, Yamcha collapsed to the ground subconscious. Kakarot saw Krillin rising, so he picked up Yamcha and threw him at Krillin. Krillin collided with Yamcha and fell back to the floor unconscious beside Yamcha. Kakarot checked out the final warriors. And then there have been 3. Gohan, Piccolo and Vegeta stood together, wondering a way to assault Na. Kakarot turned into nevertheless powerful than they all. Vegeta eyed Kakarot, trying to consider something, and then he noticed it. Ha! Kakarot has misplaced a few strength together with his fight with the ones 2 low-class fighters. We have to hold attacking him with all we got. He is now not going to sidestep due to the fact he thinks he is stronger than us. He is going to take the assault. You attention all your strength and assault now. Vegeta ordered. And what will you be doing? Piccolo requested. Looking to forestall Kakarot like the rest of you. Now, do not argue with me. All 3 knew they had to paintings collectively to stop Kakarot. Piccolo and Gohan focused their power on Kakarot and fired. Kakarot stood there absorbing their energy and yelled in pain as Vegeta kicked him on the again of his neck. Kai saw it and screamed in horror. No! Please, do not kill him. Kakarot fell to the floor and lied motionless. Vegeta set free a heavy sigh. That better knock him out. That changed into my maximum effective kick. Kai ran to him outrage. You monster! You killed my husband! It became him or us. Vegeta yelled. You maybe simply knocked him out now, not killed him. He is not in his right mind. Kai argued. At the same time as Vegeta and Kai argued, Gohan checked out his father from a distance. He became nonetheless in upstanding Saiyan mode. Something is no longer right, Piccolo. If Dad is unconscious, how come his hair hasn't he turned lower back to black yet? I imply, wouldn't he turn returned to everyday if he was truly knocked out? Piccolo checked out Kakarot and realized Gohan changed into proper. You rewrite. His hair could be black now. Vegeta, it is a lure. Kakarot is nevertheless conscious. However, Vegeta did not hear Piccolo considering he turned into arguing with Kai. You monster. You probably did it on purpose. You hated my husband and wanted him to be useless because it became your aim all along. You just took this opportunity to fake to be useful simply to kill my husband. Kai yelled and gasped as Kakarot rose in the back of Vegeta. Kakarot wrapped an arm round Vegeta's neck and twisted his proper arm from behind. Vegeta cried in ache. Fool, Kakarot referred to as Vegeta as he attacked him from at the back of. I admit that kick stung, however did you without a doubt suppose you had knocked me out with that assault. You didn't think I used to be geared up for you whilst handiest Gohan and Piccolo had been putting me. Kakarot forestall this, Kai pleaded. Yuri now not yourself. Kai pulled on his arm that turned into twisting Vegeta's. Stay out of this. Kakarot argued and knocked her back with a flick of his arm. Kai fell to the ground. You sent them to assault me, failed to you. Give it up. You may not win. I am going to get my manner. Piccolo and Gohan watched Vegeta yelled in ache. It reminded them of when Vegeta became held by using Frieza and that they in conjunction with Krillin were helpless to stop him. Vegeta's cry rang over the area as a noisy, popping sound changed into herd. Kakarot laughed as he broke Vegeta's proper arm, after which kneed him tough within the lower back. Blood splattered out of Vegeta's mouth as Kakarot launched him and fell to the ground. We can just take a seat right here. We need to assault. Gohan stated and charged towards. Kakarot and Gohan flew within the air, flying and preventing each other. So son is going to challenge the father. I hope you put up a better fight than you do in our training, Kakarot stated and dodged an assault from Piccolo. So inexperienced Bean is becoming a member of N2. Piccolo growled angrily as he attacked Kakarot. He is inquiring for it. Kai looked up at the combat in the sky, unable to observe. They have been shifting so fast for her eyes. Kai Vegeta croaked. Kai gasped and looked down at Vegeta. She became amazed he was nevertheless conscious. He changed into so crushed from the war. Yuri nevertheless alive. Vegeta coughed up more blood and groaned. That idiot would not have the power to defeat me. He seemed upward. You should listen. Kakarot is getting weaker than he want to admit. He may want to be killed me with that assault, but he didn't. The assaults Piccolo, your son, and that I hit him with, decreased his strength. It is up to you to forestall him. Me? But how? Kakarot was watching for that attack from me. He may not expect it from you. You have to strike him with all you have from at the back of, however it might not paintings until Piccolo and Gohan are knocked out. That way, his guard may be down. Kai looked at Vegeta in disbelief. Her knockout Kakarot. She changed into robust, but she wasn't almost as strong as her husband. Nonetheless, I have got to strive. Kai looked round for something to resource her and saw it within the unlikeliest of places. Up within the sky, Piccolo and Gohan continued to combat Kakarot. You are my son, Gohan, and that I do not need to harm you, so I am telling you currently to prevent combating me. Goku is my dad, no longer Kakarot. Gohan argued. My dad would not have completed the matters he have accomplished to his family and pals. Then you depart me no choice however to hurt you, Kakarot said and punched Gohan inside the stomach. Gohan clutched his stomach, gasping for air. Kakarot did a karate chop over his head back and Gohan plummeted and crashed to the floor. Gohan! Kai cried walking to her son. She checked for a pulse. He turned into subconscious but alive. She appeared within the sky to look Piccolo combating Kakarot and knew Vegeta was proper. She had no desire. It changed into as much as her. Kai walked over to where Yajirobe lied subconscious and pulled his sword from its sheath. She seemed up in the sky and saw effective explosive blasts. Once the mild was long past, a body plummeted to the ground with a loud thud. It changed into Piccolo. High above, Kakarot laughed heavily at his victory. He laughed as he landed and surveyed the entirety and all of us he defeated. All of the warriors that challenged him had fallen. The strongest of them all have fallen through me. Nobody can prevent me and my energy. Kakarot yelled triumphantly. Wham! Kakarot groaned in shock on the effective blow to the lower back of his head and fell unconscious. In the back of him changed into Kai maintaining Yajirobe's sword, directing all of her energy from the hilt of the sword to the again of Kakarot's head. Looking down, Kai saw that Kakarot's hair modified from blonde to black. He became eventually knocked out. Kai rolled him over and noticed his innocent unconscious face searching back at her. She became the sword over now that the sword above him, the sharp area prepared to strike his heart. What are you expecting, girl? Vegeta croaked as he held a hand on his injured right arm. He changed into badly beaten. His frame turned into so weak, he called to get up. He became on his knees. Bruises and cuts blanketed his face and body, his garments in tatters, but he changed into the most effective one other than Kai conscious. Kill him, no. Earlier than he wakes up and destroys us all. Kai cried. I cannot. He is my husband. I really like him. Girl, if he loved you, if he was your husband, could he have carried out this? Could he have performed what he did to you? No. The person you knew as Goku is dead, and if I weren't so injured, I would kill him myself. So, I am ordering you to kill him now. So, there I used to be conserving the knife over his coronary heart. My liked husband changed into harm and somewhere trapped internal the body. Vegeta's yelling of ordering me to kill my husband rang round me. If Kakarot awoke, then there might be no preventing him. He already proved to be robust over anybody here. If he wasn't stopped, every person could die. I do not know what he would do to my son. But a part of me could not do it. He was my husband. Regardless of what, my Goku became internal there. I knew it. Hearing Vegeta yelling at me to kill my husband and looking down at my liked husband, I knew there has been best one aspect to do. Woman, what are you waiting for? Finish him now. Vegeta yelled. Kai ignored Vegeta as she lowered the sword and dropped to her knees beside Kakarot. I am not going to kill my husband, Kai said. I am going to get him back. Vegeta blinked. She can't be thinking what I think she will do. Vegeta sat on the floor of the gravity room. He looked at Kai who was standing confused. Come on and let me show you. I don't have all day. Kai knelt beside Vegeta. What do I do? Vegeta grabbed Kai's right hand. You have to cut along the lifelines of your hand and his hand. If you were to use your right hand, you will have to cut Kakarot's left hand. He put both their hands together. You see? Your lifeline and Kakarot's lifeline will join together, uniting both your souls. Kai looked at her hand joined with Vegeta's and nodded. Alright. What else? Then you raise your ki. He looked at her skeptically. Can you even do that? I most certainly can. Kai yelled. My strength might not equal Goku's, our sons are his friends, but I can raise my energy levels some. Vegeta rolled his eyes. Whatever. After you raise what little ki you have, you put your soul in Kakarot's. Your body will be suspended until help Kakarot if you can. Kai ignored the remark. How do I put my soul with Goku's? Simple. With a kiss. He then released Kai's hands. Now, I've told you what you can do. I wouldn't advise it. You're not a Saiyan, so the chances you're Kakarot as true mate are next to nil. Kai rose. She wanted to yell at Vegeta for the insult but didn't he? He did show her the bonding test, so she should be grateful. Thank you for showing me this test. It is a risk, but I'll use it if necessary. It may be my only way for saving Goku. Vegeta knew then Kai was going to do it. Woman, don't be foolish. You better not be doing what I think you're going to do, Vegeta said as he moved forward slowly due to his injured body. Kai raised her ki as high as she could. She took Yajirobe's sword and picked up Kakarot's left hand. She cut along the lifeline of his hand with blood slowly dripping out. Woman, Kai, don't do it. You're only going to hurt yourself. Vegeta yelled. Kai didn't listen as she cut along the lifeline of her right hand until she saw blood oozing out. I have to do this. This is the only way I can get Goku back and I refuse to kill him. Kai raised her ki as high as she could. You're a fool to be doing this. Vegeta said. You're the one that showed me this test, so who is the bigger fool? Kai questioned and focused all her concentration on her ki and her husband. A faint blue glow surrounded Kai. She took Kakarot's left hand and united it with her right hand, joining their lifelines together. The blue glow surrounding Kai was now surrounding Kakarot. Kai then leaned forward and kissed him. A minute later, the blue aura continued to surround Kai and Kakarot while they were frozen in place. Vegeta shook his head. She is a fool. Kai opened her eyes to find herself on green grass. She looked around to see it was a sunny day. She wasn't home, but the area did look familiar. Kai looked around and saw a lake ahead of her and a little girl picking flowers. Kai blinked and looked again. The girl looked a lot like her as a kid. Hey Kai, it is me Goku. Kai turned and saw Goku as a little boy jumped out of an apple tree. He ran to Kai. Oh my Goku. I can't believe you came all this way just for me, the little girl said. What are you talking about? Kid Goku asked, obviously clueless. I picked flowers for the wedding, see? She hands Goku the flowers and blushes. Oh, I didn't think this day would ever come. Did you? Sure. Tomorrow always comes, Goku replied, once again clueless to the situation. Oh, you're such a joker, Kai said and smacked Goku, sending him into a tree. Goku slammed hard into the tree. He rubbed his head and tail. Oh, you made me hurt my head and my tail. Kai blushed in embarrassment. Oh, I've got to be more ladylike. That's okay, Goku said cheerfully and dug into his shirt. You want an apple? Oh, for me. Sure. I have plenty, Goku said and handed Kai an apple. Kai took a small bite while Goku took a large bite. Kai remembered that day. It was the second time he came to see her. Of course he was looking for his Dragon Ball then and not marry her. The scene around her changed. She was in a hospital room. Kai saw herself holding a newborn baby in her arms. Goku was sitting beside her looking down at the two. Oh, isn't he beautiful, Goku? My precious Goku. Look at what we created, Goku. Goku looked down at his wife and son proudly. Yes, he is. He is so small though. Kai laughed. He is a baby, silly. Wanna hold him? Sure. Kai gently handed the baby to Goku. He looked down at the little boy. My son. The baby opened his eyes and blinked at Goku curiously. He is my eyes, Kai. I bet he is your stomach too, Kai said tiredly. Goku just looked at the little boy in awe. Wow, I have a son. The scene around Kai changed again. This time she was in her home. She saw Goku holding Goen's hand as he walked with him around the sofa. Gohan was nearly 10 months old at the time. Here, I am gonna show you how to walk, Gohan. Gohan looked up at his father and laughed as he walked forward holding his dad's hands while Goku walked backwards. I am gonna let go, Gohan, and I want you to take a step forward on your own. Goku had been helping Gohan walk for nearly a month now. Gohan was a fast learner. At 5.5 months, Gohan could sit up on his own. At 6.5 months, Gohan was crawling. At 8.5 months, Gohan was leaning on tables and sofas and anything he could get his hand on to walk, but he had yet to walk on his own. Gohan's quick grasp on sitting up and crawling came as a surprise to both parents, especially Kai. She was more than amazed her child was strong enough to do these things on his own. But then thinking who she married, Kai began to understand. Goku was no ordinary man, so his children wouldn't be either. At nearly 10 months, Goku thought Gohan to be ready. Okay, Gohan. I am going to let go. Goku released his hands on Gohan. Gohan stood on his own. Goku tried this many times before, but this is the first time Gohan didn't fall down. Goku went into the kitchen and grabbed Kai's hands and pulled her in the living room. Kai, you have to see this. Oh my. Gohan is standing on his own, Kai said surprised. I know. Come on, Gohan, Goku said holding a hand up. Walk to mommy and daddy. Goku took a step forward. Come on, Kai. Kai took a step forward and held a hand up. Come on, honey. Walk to mommy. Gohan saw his parents reaching out to him and took a step forward, then another until he reached his parents. Goku picked up Gohan and swung him air. Gohan laughed as he was suddenly lifted into the air. You did it! Kai cried happily. Gohan walked. The scene changed again and she was surrounded by another memory. This must be Goku's memories. Yes, it is. It is what kept him from becoming his true self for so long. When Goku thought about losing it, he would summon up happy memories of his family, but that only helped until I finally took over. I do have to thank Bulma for that. If she didn't tell me about the birth control pills, I am not sure if I would ever snap. It was your betrayal that pushed me over the edge. Kai jumped and turned back as she saw a man looking like her husband approach her. He wasn't wearing his normal clothes but Saiyan armor and he had a tail around his waist. Kakarot, how did you get in here? In my mind. Kakarot questioned and then discovered the truth. Vegeta told you about the bond tests. Yes, he did. You made it this far without going made through all the memories and the transfer of your soul into my body. You are my true mates. He stepped toward her while Kai stepped back. You can't escape me. Goku is gone. Only I, Kakarot, is around. And if you don't accept that, then I will make you accept it. Before Kakarot could grab Kai felt herself being lifted into familiar arms. She opened her eyes and saw she was in Goku's arms. Goku! They floated for a few moments before Goku landed. What are you doing here? How did you get here? I had to get you back. Kakarot is a menace. He has hurt Gohan. I know, Goku said. I've seen everything and I can't do anything about it. You can defeat him, right? Kakarot laughed. If you think Goku can defeat me, then you're wrong. I am the one who defeated you, Goku. Goku growled as he pushed Kai behind him. No, Goku said defiantly. This ends now. I won't let you hurt my wife, son or friends anymore. Kakarot got in a fighting stance. This time I will finish you for good, and once I defeat you, I will merge with you and take full control of this body. Full control? What is he talking about, Goku? Kai asked. Neither of us can live without the other. We need each other to live on because we are part of each other. When I defeat the Goku side for good, we will become one and I will take full control, Kakarot explains. But if Goku wins, then he will have full control of his body again, Kai said. Kakarot scoffed. He won't win. Gohan awakened first. His head was still throbbing from the hit Kakarot gave him. He saw Vegeta kneeling over his parents. He noticed a strange blue glow around his parents. What was going on? Gohan's legs were still sore, but he was able to walk. He walked over to Vegeta and collapsed. What is wrong with my parents? Your mother is performing the bond test. She went in Kakarot's mind to get Goku back. Get those senzu beans and give everyone one. We will need our strength in case your mother fails and Kakarot resurfaces, Vegeta explained. Gohan walked over to Yajirobe and got the senzu beans. He gave him one and then took one himself. He put a bean in everyone's mouths who were unconscious and tossed Vegeta as his. Krillin looked around. Everyone was waking up, recovering from the fight. What happened? Kakarot beat you up, Vegeta growled. We got that much, Yamcha said. Is it over? He approached Vegeta and saw Goku and Kai locked in a kiss, hands joined together and a blue glow surrounding them. What is going on? Mom is performing some bonding test to get Dad back, Gohan said and continued to watch his parents. How long can they stay still like that? Until it is over, Vegeta said. Kai's eyes couldn't keep up with the fighting. They were so fast moving from one side to the other, especially when they both turned into Super Saiyans. Kai didn't know who was winning, but she was hoping it was Goku. The fight was at first a stalemate. With each kick, Kamehameha wave and punch Goku delivered to Kakarot, Kakarot delivered an equally powerful kick, punch or ki blast to Goku. At one point, Kakarot was winning and then it looked as if Goku will win, but as the fight continued on, Kakarot was gaining the advantage. Both were becoming weary with bruises and cuts to the body. With both being equal in strength, the only way to win was using their fighting capabilities and strategies. As Goku blocked, Kakarot would punch or kick until Kakarot easily maneuvered Goku into a full Nelson. Goku struggled to break free, but Kakarot tightened his hold on Goku. Give up and merge with me, Goku. No, never. Your strength is waning. I am superior to you, Kakarot said. I'll never give up. You want to catch me off guard again? It'll be much easier, Kakarot began. I'll take good care of Kai for you if you do. She can put up a fight, but I can get her to submit like I did last night. You saw that, didn't you? I won't let you hurt Kai anymore, Goku growled. I wasn't hurting her. I was giving her what she wanted. In fact, once I merge with you, I am going to have my way with her forever. Imagine me tying a woman like her up and really having my way with her. Imagine the possibilities. Then there's the boy. He doesn't show much respect for me, but he will submit, even if I have to beat him to a pulp. Something snapped in Goku. The fact that his evil counterpart was going to continue abusing his wife and his son infuriated Goku. He wasn't going to allow it to happen. An unknown aura of energy emerged from Goku. Kakarot looked in awe as Goku stood there with a red aura surrounding him. I won't allow you to hurt my family anymore. Goku pulled his hands back to perform the Kamehameha wave. Kameha. Kakarot saw Goku getting ready to perform the Kamehameha wave and did it himself. If you have enough strength to perform that move again, so do I, but it is going to end in the same way. Kameha. Miha. Kakarot fired on Goku, but he vanished. What? He turned around and saw Goku firing the Kamehameha wave on him. The huge blast absorbed Kakarot. Drained of his energy, Kakarot plummeted to the ground. Goku used the Kaioken attack to fly down and kicked Kakarot in the back, sending him in the air, and flew ahead of Kakarot and punched him. Goku watched as Kakarot crashed to the ground. Kai watched Goku landed. Kakarot lied on his stomach, injured and beaten in battle. She approached both me. Is he out? Kai asked. Stay back, Goku warned. Kai stepped away like Goku told her, wondering why Goku was kneeling beside Kakarot. Kai watched as their bodies glowed and the two joined to become one force. The blinding light forced Kai to close her eyes. She opened them when the light faded and saw only one stood. Kai wasn't sure if her husband was standing before her or not. The body looked like Goku's, but there was the tail that was wrapped around his waist. He looked in her direction. Who are you? Kai asked. He walked to Kai smiling. It is me, Kai. Goku, I am back. Kai looked in his eyes and saw happy innocence. She knew then her husband won. Oh Goku! Kai cried, throwing her arms around Goku. I thought I lost you forever. Yeah, but I am alright now. Kai rubbed Goku's back soothingly and felt his tail. Goku, what about your tail? Kakarot had that but not you. I know, but this is how I am supposed to be. I am a Saiyan, and while my physical self don't have a tail anymore, my inner being still has a tail. I am a full-blooded Saiyan. I've conquered the darker side of me, so he shalln't appear again. I can keep control of him now. Are you sure? Kai asked, worried. Yeah, I am sure. I hope so, Kai said and hugged him again. Outside their bodies, everyone watched on. The glow around Goku and Kai faded. Kai opened her eyes and pulled herself from Goku. She looked at her hand and saw that it was fully healed. Goku's left hand was healed as well. It didn't look as if it had been cut. Goku opened his eyes and sat up. Oh, he touched the back of his head. My head and my ribs, he said, touching his left ribs. Did you guys really have to pound me like that? Gohan looked at Goku. He looked into his father's eyes and didn't see the anger and darkness he saw the past few days. He knew then his light-hearted, carefree father was back. Dad, you're back. Gohan said and hugged his father. Krillin rubbed the back of his head and laughed. It sounds like Goku's back to himself. Goku looked up at his friends. I am sorry I hurt you guys. I wasn't myself, but I am alright now. As long as you don't lose yourself again. I don't want to tangle with you upset again, Yamcha said. Now that this nonsense is over with, I assume I won't have to be bothered again in your pathetic lives. I've seen you people enough, more than I want to in a lifetime. Vegeta said and took off. After some talking, the others made their departure, leaving the family alone. Kai looked back at Goku. Come on. Let us fix those wounds. Kai put one of Goku's arms around her and helped him up. I am glad you're back, Dad. Gohan told his father once inside the house. Are you really okay now? Because I don't want to see you like that again. Kai walked Goku to the sofa. She pulled off his shirt and went to get some bandages and antiseptic to clean his wounds. He had a few bruises and cuts from the fight with everyone. I am fine now, son. I am sorry for what I did to you and your mother. I didn't mean it. I wasn't myself, but don't worry, I've conquered that side of me, Goku explained. Kai returned and began fixing Goku up. He noticed Kai was quiet while Gohan chattered away about how glad his father was back and they could get to training again. Wasn't she happy that he was back, or was something else going on in her mind? As Kai applied antiseptic on Goku's bruised body, Goku lifted Kai's face to his with 2 fingers, making her stop. He had an apologetic look on his face. I am very sorry for what I did to you, Kai. Kai bit her lip, lowered her eyes and focused on patching Goku up. It is okay. You weren't yourself. It is over, so don't worry about it. Kai then bandaged Goku's chest. But Goku was worried. Kai was more quiet than usual the rest of the day. She kept up a cheery fight, but Goku saw right through it. Gohan was oblivious to his mother's behavior. Goku stayed home for the next few days to recover from his injuries. Gohan stayed home too, to keep his dad company. The little boy was happy his father was back to his normal self. When they slept, Kai slept with her back turned away from Goku. One night was cool and it looked like Kai was shivering, so Goku moved closer to keep her warm. Kai nearly jumped out of bed, feeling Goku so close to her. She recovered saying she was fine, but Goku didn't believe it. When Goku went back to training, Goku decided to surprise Kai in the middle of the day and ask for a snack. He went home by instant transmission, surprising Kai. From the look of her eyes, Kai looked more scared than startled. Goku began to wonder if Kai ever gotten over and forgiven him when his evil counterpart came out. His suspicions were confirmed nearly 2 months after Goku returned to normal. Goku was already in bed. He was watching Kai sitting at the dresser brushing her hair. He took her in beauty from her long dark hair to how toned her body was and becoming increasingly aware that he wanted to be with her. It had been nearly 2 months since they engaged in the activity.
Goku wanted to give Kai time to adjust to him being back again after what Kakarot did to her, and also there was the training where he was tired from fighting to do nothing more from eating and sleeping. Kai set the brush down and saw Goku looking at her with lustful eyes. Why are you looking at me like that? She asked nervous. Goku just smiled. Why not? Come here. Kai looked a little reluctant. Please, he added. Kai swallowed and sat beside him. Goku ran a hand up and down Kai's right arm, trying to ease her. Are you okay? I am fine. Goku turned Kai to face him. I know I shouldn't have hurt you or our son, but I lost my mind for a while, but I am trying hard for you to forgive me. Goku didn't let Kai finish. I let you and go and down. I couldn't protect my family, and what is worst is that I couldn't protect my family from myself. Goku, I failed you, Kai. What do you mean? Kai asked. I swore to myself that I will always protect you and Gohan, and I didn't. I couldn't even protect you two from me. He joined his hand with hers and Kai flinched. I still scare you, don't I? Kai looked away. I know you're back, Goku. It is just that the man who forced himself on me and almost hit me and my son looked so much like you. He was you, just not the man I know. I don't know. I was so focused on getting you back that I pushed what happened to me and to Gohan in the back of my mind, and when I did get you back, all that Kakarot did to me finally hit me full on. It is gonna take me a little while longer than expected to adjust and realize that you're back to your normal self. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Maybe until you feel comfortable with me being here again I should stay away from you, Goku suggested. Kai looked at Goku surprised. Goku, I can't take it to see you scared and know I am the cause of it. I can't comfort you and tell you it is gonna be okay. He got out of bed and put his clothes on. I won't be far. I'll be at my grandpa's home. I'll stay until you're ready for me to come back. Kai just watched Goku walk out the door. A part of her wanted to tell him to stop, go into his arms and tell him not to leave, while another part of her thought it was best that he did leave. She wasn't comfortable with him now. Every now and then she would think what happened that night. He was on her, talking to her wickedly, making her submit to him, making her body respond when she didn't want it. It made her shudder in fear. That man was gone now, but the memories were still fresh in her mind. She was so confused on what to do, but one thing was certain. Goku was right. She was still intimidated and in fear of him over what happened, but she still loved him and knew it was up to her to forgive and accept Goku again. Kai woke to an empty house. She had spent most of the night crying earlier than she sooner or later fell asleep. When she looked at the clock, she saw it changed into 7:30. Goku and Gohan have been out training with Piccolo and would not be lower back till 9. They would head out again and either trap their own lunch or bypass it and come home at dinner hungry. She commonly wouldn't have slept this late because she might pay attention Goku within the shower, or he would gently wake her up and told her he turned into leaving to go schooling. This morning, Goku did not input the room. She wondered if he would come for breakfast.
She were given commenced on breakfast for two hungry Saiyans besides. By means of 9, Gohan entered the house for breakfast without Goku. Warren is your father. He is said he turned into going to spar with Piccolo some more even as I eat breakfast. He said he has loads of catching up to do, Gohan said before heading upstairs to easy his arms. Kai frowned. She concept he become coming for breakfast. Gohan quick again and ate his breakfast. Kai put what became supposed to be Goku's breakfast in plastic containers. I am off, mother, Gohan stated on the door. Gohan, wait. Gohan looked back at his mother. She walked to him wearing a huge bag. Supply this to your father. If I recognize him, he'll be hungry for breakfast regardless of how an awful lot he train. Okay, mother. See ya at dinner. Gohan stated and took off. Make sure your father comes domestic for dinner. Kai yelled once Gohan changed into in the sky. Goku and Piccolo rested with the aid of a lake after an in-depth sparring session. Piccolo became consuming the water whereas Goku was sitting on the grass as he comfy and waited for Gohan's return. Piccolo picked up something wasn't right with Goku mentally. Kakarot wasn't again, he knew that, but something else changed into incorrect with him, specifically on account that he did not cross domestic for breakfast. Hey Goku, what is up? Piccolo asked. Goku looked at Piccolo. What are you speaking about? Why didn't you go home and eat breakfast? Irrespective of how a good deal schooling you need to trap up on, you never pass eating, Piccolo stated. Goku looked out over the lake. Photos of what Kai spilled when Kakarot changed into outran viaduct his mind. He notion about whilst he almost attacked her, to when Kakarot snapped at her for the contraception drugs, after which there has been the manner he become with her in the bedroom the nighttime. How may want to I lose control of myself? I don't see how Kai can ever forgive me. Goku. Goku looked over and saw Piccolo still looking him. What is your problem? I am excellent, Goku answered. Yeah right, Piccolo notion rally. Before Piccolo ought to say whatever else, Gohan confirmed up. He landed before his father conserving up the awful to him. Here, Dad. Mother made you breakfast. She said no longer to bypass dinner tonight. Goku took the bag from his on. Oh, thank you, Gohan. He checked out the meals, still warm. He quick ate to get pleasure from the food and its warmth. Piccolo simply watched Goku vigorously devour his breakfast. Yeah, something is not right. Whilst dinner came around, Goku arrived domestic to eat dinner. For Gohan's sake, the two pretended not anything changed into incorrect. After dinner, Gohan went to his room to take a look at. Goku sat on the table looking Kai finish up at the dinner dishes he and Gohan left. How did you sleep? Goku requested. Niece, Kai stated too quickly. I need you to come back home for breakfast, she delivered. Goku appeared up, wish in his eyes. You do? Yes. I don't need Gohan to select upon something. Goku's hopes had been dashed with the remarks. He idea Kai wanted him to return home for her sake and not their son's. Hey. There has been that uncomfortable silence among them. Goku did not realize what to say, and it seemed Kai had said all that she had to say. He rose from his chair. I am gonna go take a tub out of doors then fall asleep. I will see you at breakfast the following day. Kai heard the door close in the back of her. She checked out it unluckily. She desired to mention extra but she don't know what she may want to be stated. She was nevertheless seeking to get used to the fact that Goku turned into absolutely lower back and conflict her very own inner war with him. The remote between them continued on for 2 weeks and Gohan by no means suspected anything except for one element. On every occasion he did see his parents collectively at breakfast, lunch, in the event that they went home, and dinner he saw his father spontaneous supply his mommy hug or kiss and tell her that he overlooked her.
It did not bother him that his parents were affectionate, however, he just conceived to be atypical. His father be affectionate like that abruptly and go, and also felt it changed into once I did give in that his mother failed to openly obtain his hugs or kisses. When his dad first started doing it, Cohen could be warned he saw his mom jumped earlier than she relaxed, but her vibes nevertheless weren't right. With Goku and Gohan long past schooling, Kai Kai had plenty to herself and much to consider. As a whole lot distance she put among herself and her husband, Kai Kai neglected Goku terribly. She ignored sleeping with him in their mattress, ignored the manner he looked at her occasionally, ignored talking to him. Although frigid while Goku surprised her with a hug or kiss while he comes again from training, Kai Kai longed for the one's moments, but she became nonetheless afraid. She became nevertheless afraid Kakarot might come back again. She stirred the pot of stew at the stove slowly as she thought about what Kakarot did. She was distracted while she heard Bulma tapping on her window. Kai Kai left the stew and went to open the door. Hiya, Bulma. Bulma had a frown on her face, feeling responsible. I came to express regret for my conduct. Yamcha told me approximately Goku's counterpart Kakarot popping out. I do not know all of what he did, but it could not work proper for you or Gohan. Vegeta never informed me whatever, but I wager you got here to him because you suspected something become incorrect with Goku, and considering the fact that he is a Saiyan, he may want to assist. I am sorry, Kai Kai. I inadvertently referred to the contraception tablets. I did not comprehend it might make Goku so mad. I thought you were being untrue to Goku. I are aware of it. Sounds silly. No one knows loyalty such as you. Kai Kai idea approximately what Kakarot instructed her. She likes Vegeta. She is going to have his toddler. Bulma and Vegeta. I realized Goku needed to were bowled over by using that. I shouldn't inform her. I realized she is interested in Vegeta. It is alright, Bulma. You were looking out for Goku. It indicates how proper a pal you are to him. If most effective, you already know the actual truth, Kai Kai. I nonetheless experience terrible for what I idea. Anyway, I got here to express regret. How are you and Goku? We are doing okay. He is off education for the androids with Gohan and Piccolo. I assume it really is great. How you could forgive Goku for his conduct when he became Kakarot. It suggests how lots you love him and the way robust you re. On the grounds that you purchased past that, you and Goku can get bypass anything. I have to get lore back at Capsule Corporation. Yamcha is trying to outdo Vegeta in education. Bulma shook her idea on the notion. He is going to kill himself, I swear. I will see ya later, Kai Kai. Kai Kai watched Bulma get in her capsule plane and go away. What Bulma said struck her. How you could forgive Goku for his behavior when he become Kakarot suggests how plenty you like him and the way robust you re. Because you bought past that, you and Goku can get skip something. It is the trouble. I am having a tough time forgiving him, Kai Kai idea, and remembered how Goku looked to her when he confessed how he failed her due to the fact he could not guard her and Gohan from him. She noticed the harm and pain in his eyes, and it stirred sympathy in her. Goku could by no means have completed the one's matters if he changed into in control of the body. He changed into probably attempting his hardest to fight off Kakarot. I am afraid of Kakarot resurfacing once more. I don't understand how Goku should become that man. If I discover ways to understand him and how he have become that manner, then maybe I am able to learn how to forgive him. As Kai Kai organized for mattress one night time, she found out it became cooler this night than it has been in the beyond days. She puzzled approximately Goku and if he might be heat. Bloodless in no way troubled him unless it become freezing or snowing, and it wasn't either bloodless. Grabbing a blanket, she left the residence and made the fast ride to Grandpa Gohan's house. After knocking on the door, it slowly opened. Kai Kai. I thought you'll be cold, Kai Kai said holding up a blanket. Oh, Goku said taking the blanket. Thank you.
Do you thought Sapphire available? No, he said and stepped out of the way so Kai Kai can come in. Kai Kai regarded around the small one-room domestic. It is tremendous which you and your grandfather stayed in this small place. It seems form of small now on account that I am been residing at my different domestic, Goku said. Is the futon comfy? Kai Kai requested. Yeah. Kai Kai sat on it and felt the cloth. It wasn't the equal one Goku had with his grandpa. This one became new through a few years. Bear in mind while we have been first married and we needed to stay here due to the fact that we have been constructing our own home. Gosh, it seems like a long time in the past, however it hasn't even been a decade. Goku leaned in opposition to the door. Yeah, you by no means been in a place this small. You stated we wanted a bigger location to stay in, but you liked staying on the small futon considering that we had been close together. Goku frowned knowing what he said and understanding she wasn't ready for that. Yeah, I remember, Kai Kai stated quietly. I do not know how long we can keep this up without Gohan finding out. I do not need him to fear. I need us to try and get beyond this, Goku. I do, too, Goku said. There has been a still silence between them for 5 minutes. They may have many moments of silence between them and it could be cozy, but this one wasn't. What are you questioning? Goku asked. I am considering what Vegeta told me. He stated whilst you first have become a high-quality Saiyan, it precipitated your Kakarot facet to come up. Yeah, something did come over me when I first have become a superb Saiyan. You just don't recognize, Kai Kai. You don't know what I was going through. Kai Kai did something Goku did not expect. She took his hand and sat him at the futon beside her. This was the closest they have been considering the fact that he left their bedroom that night time 2 weeks ago. Then assist me understand. How do you experience while you remodel? I am angry, but at the equal time calm. While I am a high-quality Saiyan, I am now not precisely myself. When I was on Yardrat convalescing and trying out my powers, I had masses of time to think about my conduct once I fought Frieza. I used to be a little smug then. What do you suggest? After I were given this new electricity, I had the sensation I may want to do something. Goku, you usually have that feeling. No, there is extra to it than that. I used to be too confident. I should be without problems defeated Frieza after I first converted. I lost my head for some time. Once I first have become a wonderful Saiyan, I not handiest desired to kill Frieza. I desired to slaughter him. I was losing my thoughts in a sea of rage I created. I used to be furious when Krillin died to Tambourine, but that anger was not anything as compared to the anger I felt when I noticed Krillin's body blow up by way of Frieza. I couldn't manipulate the blast of rage I felt as it exploded round me. Gohan, did you tell me you have been scary to him? Yeah, Goku said regretfully. In my kingdom of thoughts, I bet I was scary. Something cause I had left in thoughts, I used it to tell Gohan to depart. No longer most effective due to the fact I did not want Gohan to peer what I might do, but I did not have manipulate of this new electricity and I used to be afraid I would do something crazy like cross after him. Goku looked down because he failed to want to peer what became possibly a look of horror on Kai Kai's face when he informed her simply how volatile he changed into whilst he first converted into a first-rate Saiyan. Kai Kai squeezed Goku's hand that became connected with hers. Goku looked up at Kai Kai, a relaxed expression on her face. Kai Kai reached out with a loose hand to caress his right cheek. Move on, she said softly. Don't be afraid, Kai Kai. You have to listen this. You must know what turned into taking place in Goku's thoughts. Goku reached up and pulled Kai Kai's hand from his face, preserving it in his hand. Whilst I was on Namek as the excellent Saiyan, I used to be preventing battles Frieza and the inner conflict in my mind. Inside the starting, my uncontrolled mind become preventing Frieza. I did what you'll assume is foolish, however, I know it changed into the Saiyan in me I had lengthy hidden in control. What do you mean? What did you do? I had time to defeat Frieza, but I used to be toying with him. I loved seeing him whimper and shake in worry of my strength. I ought to be defeated him then, however, I did not. I even let Frieza reach his most strength. At the time I converted, he changed into most effective at 50%. Why did you let him cross better if you maybe defeated him when he transformed? It is no longer such as you. I know, but a part of me desired to check my new electricity on him. I comprehend it changed into stupid for the reason that destiny of universe rested on this war, however it turned into also the thrill.
The warrior and me desired to face him in his full power, so I will prove that I used to be the most powerful warrior inside the universe, and I would not have any doubts approximately the combat later on. I know inside the beyond I wouldn't have accomplished that, but I did. It is possibly why I went against Bulma's proposal to get the Dragon Balls and locate Drive Jero's lab and ruin it earlier than he may want to create the androids. I need to face the androids head on and spot how powerful they may be. I have the antidote to the virus, so I will be right here in 3 years. I cannot believe you being ill, Kai stated fearfully. You by no means get in well. I hope you never get that virus. Goku squeezed both Kai's hands in consolation. If I am getting ill, I am able to beat it. At the quit of the battle, I failed to slaughter Frieza like I deliberate. I spared him. Whilst I used to be on Yardrat improving and checking out my new powers, I thought I had manipulate of myself, however I guess I did not have enough control. In any other case this whole mess would not have befell. And do you currently? Kai asked carefully. Yes, I am positive of it now. Kakarot is part of me as a whole lot, as I am a complete bloodied Saiyan. I cannot eliminate it. The Kakarot facet of me has helped me be an awesome Saiyan. So, you suspect of rage and that's how you rework? Kai requested. The sensation of lost channels that rage, but I have greater manipulate of it now. Allow me see you transform, Kai asked. Goku blinked. You need to peer me trade. Kai nodded. Yes. She removed her arms from his and sat returned at the futon. Is that this sufficient room? Goku stood up. It will likely be high quality. I am able to change at will. He stood lower back from the futon and modified before her. Kai gasped seeing the transformation. One moment he becomes standing with black hair and black eyes, and the subsequent status with blonde hair, teal eyes, searching larger than earlier then. Wow. Kai said in awe. How do you sense? Is the rage still going for walks in you? A touch, however, I may not damage you. I promise. Kai walked to him. She reached up and touched his hair. It is nevertheless gentle. I swear, you've got the most eldritch hair, she joked. You appearance extraordinary with blonde hair and teal eyes. She looked and felt the muscle tissues on his arms and chest. You look bigger too. I understand you're already extraordinarily robust. How an awful lot more potent are you now? I guess are 3 times stronger than my ordinary nation. Kai looked at his face. He seems so critical. Can't you relax? Placed on a happier face. I cannot be as relaxed as I generally am, however I assume with extra training I ought to. That is a tough strength to master. I've greater control of it now than ever earlier then. It could take some years, however I'd like to see how lengthy I can live in this state earlier than I put on myself out. I want to see if I will live in this form for hours and days on it, however it is going to take time. Like multiple years. Kai guessed and Goku nodded. Will you be equipped for the androids anyway? In 3 years, we need to be, Goku said hopefully and at ease as he back to his everyday country. Our very lives depend upon it. It is a lot to take in, but I am starting to recognize you in this new strength higher. Kai took the blanket she had delivered Goku and folded it. Nicely then. We could pass.
Goku blinked harassed. Go Warren. Again to our home, to our bed. I do not think I am able to take being in bed without you some other night time. After what you informed me, I sense a bit higher by being with you now. Not 100% confident but a little better. She held her hand out to him. Goku smiled and slowly took her hand lightly into his. They walked out the small cottage and into their home and bedroom. Once they entered the bedroom, Kai faced him nervously. I simply need to sleep, okay? Are we able to sleep close? Goku asked. I have overlooked sound asleep near you. You preserve me heat. Kai seemed reluctant. Small steps, Kai. You may ought to do this subsequently. Hey Goku, but I suppose it is you who radiates the most body heat. She positioned the blanket back within the closet and pulled again the covers of their mattress. Kai got in first, after which Goku. Goku laid down and watched Kai carefully watching for her. She laid down beside him and moved a bit closer till their skin pressed next to each other. It feels atypical but it is a begin. Kai notion. She nearly jumped feeling Goku roll on his facet and drape an arm over her. The feeling of Goku next to her was becoming greater cozy than horrifying. She located a hand over his and smiled. It is a begin. Kai spent the next several days still absorbing her talk with Goku. She never thought her husband would lose control of himself like he did. He always was so sweet and innocent. She never knew he had this hidden anger in him. It was out now and he was doing his best to prove to Kai he has more control of it now than before. She saw it herself that Kakarot was defeated, but a part of her was still afraid. She then thought about seeing Goku as a Super Saiyan. Naturally, she was startled to see this transformation. Then her surprise turned to amazement seeing his hair and eyes change color like that and seeing his muscles expand in size was startling. The more Kai thought about it, the more she was beginning to realize how attractive she was becoming to his Super Saiyan form. Strange, she thought in her musings early one morning. I am still attracted to him as ever before but I am still scared. We've gotten so comfortable together lately. I've accepted his hugs and kisses without any fear, but when it comes to making love I still shy away from the matter because of Kakarot. Kai closed her eyes. He is not here anymore. Kakarot is gone. Kakarot is never coming back. I saw him be defeated. I saw the expression on Goku's face when he talked to me about his feelings as a Super Saiyan. It is over. Goku is back and Kakarot is never coming back. The only way I can get over this for good is that I make love to Goku again. That will forever banish any fears of Kakarot. There is difference to how Goku and Kakarot make love. With Kakarot he was lustful and seducing. With Goku it was sensual, loving. I always felt love from Goku, not Kakarot. It is the only way our marriage can ever be the same again. I have to swallow my fears and do it. The bathroom door opened and Goku stepped out wearing a towel. He was getting ready to leave for his daily training for the androids. She watched him as he lazily dropped the towel on the floor and pulled on his boxers. Kai shook her head. She could teach him some things but still there were habits of his she didn't think she could ever change. Kai sat up in bed and folded her arms over her legs. How often do you take breaks? You don't overwork Gohan, do you? He is just a child. Gohan is tough. He can take it. Sometimes when I say it is enough for the day, he still wants to keep training. That is my boy, Goku said proudly. Sometimes I think he is too much like you, Kai commented. You're both stubborn and can fly away from me where I can get you. I need to learn how to fly. There was a knock at door. It was Gohan ready to leave. Are you ready to go, Dad? Gohan asked outside the door. Goku, now fully dressed, tied his belt around his waist and walked over to the bed to give Kai his ritual kiss goodbye. Kai decided to add a little more to the kiss, sending Goku a message. Goku expected a simple kiss on the lips but what he got was something different. Kai locked an arm around his neck and found his lips in a slow sensuous kiss. Her tongue pushed forward seeking access that was willingly granted. Goku returned the kiss passionately, exploring the warmth of Kai's mouth. With her free hand, Kai ran sensual caresses through Goku's shirt, touching the ripples of his chest. The action caused Goku's breath to quicken and him to pull Kai closer than him. Dad! Gohan knocked again softly. Are you asleep? Gohan opened the door and saw his parents locked in an intimate embrace, lips on lips and hands all over each other's bodies. This put to rest any doubt and worries Gohan was having about his parents. Oops! Hearing Gohan, Kai pulled away from Goku. In the past, Kai was embarrassed to be caught by her son, but this time she wasn't. She wanted to send a message to her husband, and by the way he reacted to the kiss, Kai believed it got through. Goku looked back and saw Gohan. Okay. Let us go, Gohan. I am ready. He rose and looked back at Kai, a curious look on his face. I'll see you at breakfast. He saw that special look Kai gave him when she wanted to be with him intimately. Dad, Gohan interrupted. Aren't we going? We've got a lot of work to do. Oh sure, Gohan, Goku said, reluctant to leave his wife. He turned around and walked out the door. What is Kai up to? As Kai prepared for breakfast, she was seeing that making love to her husband would put any rest to her mind about Kakarot. The kiss was a definite sign her decision was a right one. Kai decided that now would be a good time she and her husband spent some time together alone and reconnect with each other. Just the thought of it made her blush. However, if they were going to be together like she had planned, she knew that Gohan called to be around. With breakfast cooking on the stove and over, Kai went to Gohan's room to pack a few things. The weekend was a day away, so Kai thought Gohan could spend a weekend with Piccolo. She had grown comfortable having the Namek around and learned he wouldn't hurt her son. He had sacrificed his life for her son, proving he wasn't as bad anymore. Goku and Gohan returned home for breakfast 3 hours later. Gohan was excited to eat the meal that awaited him and his dad, but Goku was still thinking about the kiss his wife gave him. It was so sudden and unexpected. She hadn't kissed him like that in a long while. Breakfast was simple, with Goku and Gohan quickly eating the food Kai had prepared for them. When they were preparing to leave to resume training, Kai called out to them. Wait, Gohan. I have to give you something. Gohan saw a large backpack on his mom as she approached him. Mom, what is that? Kai set the backpack down in front of Gohan. Gohan, I thought you could spend the weekend with Piccolo. You seem to like him so much. I have your books so you don't miss out on your studying, and I have some extra clothes for you. So, you go and have a good time with Piccolo. Kai went on and on about the things she brought for Gohan, and Goku couldn't help but wonder what was Kai thinking. She never voluntarily let Gohan camp with Piccolo. Gohan didn't think anything was wrong since he was overjoyed to spend the weekend with Piccolo. Goku told Gohan to go ahead and leave and that he'll join him soon. With Gohan in the air heading back to the training site, Goku looked back at his wife. Why are you sending Gohan out for the weekend? I thought you and I could spend some time together alone, Kai answered modestly. Really? Goku was surprised. Yes. I think we should spend time alone without any distraction to really connect again. I want to try, Goku. I think I am ready to be with you. Are you sure? Because last time Goku was silenced when Kai pressed her lips upon his. Kai closed the gap between her and her husband and moaned softly as her body pressed against his. This action caused Goku to kiss deeper, exploring his mouth in Kai's. Hearing more pleasing sounds from Kai caused Goku to go further as he allowed his hands to explore her body like he did earlier that morning. Kai pulled back from Goku with a satisfied smirk on her face. I think that's proof enough. Goku's eyes were glazed with desire. I see, he said after a heavy breath. Can we go now? Goku asked hopefully. Kai laughed. No, you have to wait until after dinner. It won't be long, and you can come home before that. I am going to cook a nice dinner for us, and afterwards we can really spend some time together like we should. Goku immediately understood what Kai meant, and for once he wasn't anxious to come home to eat. He went off to train with an exciting look on his face. At training, Goku seemed more excited and eager as ever to train. The closer it neared dinner time, the more excited Goku seemed. When it was time for him to leave, Goku told Gohan that he was going to stay home the next 3 days and that he enjoy his time with Piccolo. As Goku flew the quick journey home, Goku was famished, but he desired Kai more. Opening the door to her home, Goku saw a feast of food on the table full of all his favorites. Goku's mouth watered at all the food that awaited his stomach, but Kai wasn't anywhere in the room. Kai. Goku called and headed upstairs. Hey, Kai, Goku called again. He opened the door to their bedroom. Kai was zipping up her dress. She wasn't wearing her purple dress Goku saw at breakfast, but a sleeveless, white dress decorated with red roses in a left asymmetrical pattern from her shoulder to her waist. The dress looked a little fancier than her others. Goku liked it, especially how it revealed her legs from her ankles to her knees. Kai's hair was removed from the bun she normally kept her hair in, leaving her dark hair loose down to her waist, making her look more prettier than this morning. You're early, Kai accused Goku. Only about 10 minutes. I was excited. I wanted to meet you downstairs so I can see the look on your face when you saw dinner and me, Kai said, approaching him. She took his hand in hers. It doesn't matter. You're home now. Smiling, Kai led him downstairs to eat dinner. Dinner was eaten in comfort. Kai had planned dinner by candlelight, but she knew Goku wouldn't understand. She was trying to create a romantic mood. He would ask why she doesn't turn a light on so they wouldn't eat in the dark. Goku quickly ate his food, rarely noticing the looks his wife was sending him, and when he did, he blushed and became even more excited as he thought about what would happen later. After dinner, Kai cleaned up the dishes while Goku took a shower in their bedroom to wash off the dirt and sweat he got from training the day. After his shower, Goku stepped out of the bathroom with a towel around his waist and one in his hair as he dried his spiky black locks. Kai entered the room and paused, seeing him. She smiled at him, blushing slightly. Did you have a nice shower? Goku dropped the towel he had in his hair on the floor and approached Kai. It was fine. He ran his hands through her hair, playing with the loose locks. I like your hair being down. You look very pretty. Kai playfully slapped Goku across his chest. So you finally noticed. Goku laughed. I did. I just didn't think to say it now, but I really mean it. You look pretty. He stared into her black eyes and saw happiness and love in her eyes. Kai was touched by Goku's compliment. It was rare he ever say anything about her looks. It never meant he didn't think she was pretty all the time. It was the way he was. When he says something, he just assumed Kai would know he always mean it. Kai moved first as she raised herself on her toes to kiss Goku. Goku eagerly opened his mouth to hers, welcoming her sensual exploration and returning the feelings she was giving to him. As they kissed, Goku's hands slid slowly together up and down her body, where he began to gently massage her body through the fabric of her dress. Kai's hands were on a journey of their own as they rubbed the ripple of muscles on Goku's chest. Goku worked to lower the zipper on Kai's dress, pushing it down to her waist and moving her closer to the bed. Goku removed his lips from Kai's and worked on her neck as he gently pushed Kai on the bed and helped Kai in the removal of her dress. With her dress gone, Goku maneuvered himself on the bed with his body moving on top of hers. That's when Kai's body froze up. Feeling Goku's body on her like this, she felt it was Kakarot all over again, and that caused her to panic. Kai pressed her hands on Goku's chest and pushed him off her. Kai sat up and looked at Goku frightened. No, stop. I can see, Kai panicked. Goku looked at Kai surprised. All least to say, Goku was disappointed but he didn't want Kai to see that. That's okay. He saw Kai shaking so he put an arm around her to put her at ease. It is alright. You don't have to know. Kai shook her head and started to cry. No, it is not right. I thought I was ready and I am not. I am attracted to you but I still can't be with you. I am still scared. She quickly got out of bed and left the room. Goku started to go after her, but decided not to. Instead, he tried to figure out what went wrong. Everything was going well today up until this moment. She told him she wanted to make love to him, but a part of her was still scared. Something was holding her back. Kai was anxious to be with him until this very moment. He didn't move too fast because Kai was kissing him just as eagerly as he was. She was helping him get her dress off, but when he got on top of her, she panicked. Was that it? Goku wondered. He thought back to when his Kakarot personality took over his body. When he lost to Kakarot and he was having sex with Kai, Kakarot was on top and in control of everything, moving at his will and pace, forcing himself on her. Maybe that's what's wrong. Kai may never want to be with me again. Goku got her robe and left the room. She left their room half naked so she had to be cold. He found Kai in the living room still crying with her hands buried in her head. Kai sat up when she felt something on her shoulders. She pulled her hands from her eyes and saw Goku placing her robe on her. Kai admitted the cloth was comforting since she was getting cold in her bra and underwear. I thought you might need this. Kai wrapped the robe around her body. Thanks. She wiped the tears away. I am sorry, Goku. I thought I was ready and I panicked. Don't you worry about it. Easy for you to say. Some romantic night this turned out to be, Kai said ruefully. I planned everything carefully, thinking it would be a perfect night and it turned out to be a disaster. I don't know what is wrong with me, Goku. I want you so badly, but a part of me keeps holding back. I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself, Kai. When I was Kakarot, you suffered a lot. I violated you in a terribly way. It is going to take time. He tilted her face to his so Kai could see the truth and sincerity in his eyes. Don't do this for me. Do it for yourself. I can wait. I'll always wait for you. Something about the way Goku looked and sounded when he said that did open something in Kai. Everything was suddenly becoming clear. You're right. That's it. Goku became clueless. What is it? What you just said, Goku, about how you would wait for me. Kakarot wouldn't wait for me, but you, Goku, would. I've been going about this all wrong. I kept telling myself that if I make love to you, everything will be fine, but I didn't see that I have to be comfortable first. When we were upstairs, I was forcing myself. I wasn't ready, but this time I am. I know I am, and I know we'll be fine, and it is all because of what you said. Goku really looked confused. Really? Yes, Kai said happily, throwing her arms around Goku. We're going to be alright. I love you so much. I trust you and I trust myself. I forgive you for all that has happened because I knew you would save me and you did from Kakarot. We're going to be fine. Kai sealed her words with a kiss. The longer the kiss continued, the deeper it became for both parties as they made themselves more comfortable, with Kai slowly pushing Goku down on the sofa as she continued to make love to him. A mile away, Koen was reading his history book near a fire. If he knew his mother, when he got back he would have to take a test. Piccolo was meditating when he heard a strange sound. He stretched his hearing to discover it was coming from the sun home. Piccolo rolled his eyes and groaned. Again? This is the third time tonight. Don't they have anything better to do? Piccolo, I am going back home. Piccolo looked at Koen surprised. What? Why? My mom forgot to pack my biography book on Akira origami. He is a very important guy and mom told me a lot of questions were going to be on my test about it. Great. It would have to be me to stop the kid from going home and see his parents' mates. Did it tomorrow. Why can't I get it now? Mom and dad are sleeping. I doubt that, kid, Piccolo said smartly. Why not? It is past 10. We always go to bed early. Toan explains. Just forget it. If your mother didn't pack that book, then she is not going to give you the tests. Akira Toriyama can't be that important. Piccolo growled. In my history book, he is. I have to get that book, Gohan explains. No, Dante. Yuri not having a tests. Your father will see to that. You think so? Toan asked. I guess Yuri writes. Dad always found a way to get me out of studying. I am tired anyway. Gohan packed his books and took out his sleeping bag. Good night, Piccolo. Piccolo's hearing continued to pick up the sounds coming from the sun's house. It won't be a good night for me. Good night, Gohan. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel for more.